Hi. People are gonna die.
He was looking.
See me your email on Discord?
Who cares if
I get a little overwhelmed.
Yeah, people are gonna.
What's the big deal? They're old anyway, right?
Got some liars on the prowl. How we feeling, chat? Pull up a chair. Let's get comfortable. Smoke a little weed. Yeah, Gracie. Smoke a little bit of that devil's lettuce. Lying is just a sin against yourself, dummy. Don't make me drop the DMs, Keem. Jesus said to love thy enemy, and I'm struggling. Hello, chat. Hello. Hi. And welcome to episode 11 of Ruby Online, which is the show where we gather around and just talk about whatever's going on online. And as many of you noticed, Keemstar freaked the fuck out on me and continued to lie. He said that I messaged him saying, I left the bad servers. Please make me back. Nope, not a chance, because guess what? I will never, ever, ever want to be in a Discord that tells me what other Discords I'm allowed to be in and who I'm allowed to talk to. That is dumb. But keep doing it, because it does create a great parallel market that's more lucrative than what he's doing. So thank you. Yeah, Grace the bitch. She's considering prostitution. And my advice would be don't. Please, I offered to help with the resume, GED. Ben is pressuring Grace to fly out to fuck Action Man for clout. I thought they were taking this as a hobby, and now they're back to fucking for clout. And her own father's pushing it. Jesus Christ. No wonder the girl has no self-esteem. Her own daddy's being like, you know what? I think your best bet is to just fuck this guy and hope you get a crumb of clout, you know? Bruh, he's keeping you down. Keeping you down. Every day she serves visuals. Eat. Yeah, eat healthy. Eat green stuff. Eat lettuce. Get an $18 salad. Okay? Eat some kale. Get some fucking nutrition in this bitch. So, yes, this is a shirt I showed on Celebrity Sunday the other day. I got it at a thrift store downtown. So this is going to be my look for the bookstore. It's 100 fucking degrees out. It's 100 fucking degrees out, guys. So brutal. But we do have the ACs blasting here in my room. I only have AC in my room, so this is where I am. And we've got the AC blasting at the bookstore, so it's really just walking there and back and walking to the clinic and back. But I got home from the clinic early today, so I had some extra time to hang out with you guys because I don't have to work for another couple hours. Yesterday, we had kind of like a speed run episode, so we're going to chillax, you know. Maybe look at some bikinis, I don't know. Well, I want to start with reacting and debunking the lies. Thank you so much, C-Wag. Hugs, kisses, 37. Stream is so messed up. Callie stuff. Who's this? Because I'm open to, we've got more time today, so we can bop around and check out some different topics. I'm fortunate that I just love healthy food anyway. I've always been drawn to eating healthier. And I generally am vegan and even vegan and gluten-free, no added sugar, because I've struggled with my health, my mental health, and I've learned there's just some things I have to be really strict about, you know? That's what I'm very strict about. No hard alcohol, very strict about no drugs except for weed, and very strict about my diet right now. And I feel infinitely better. And the punishment walks, obviously, is giving me a ton of exercise every day to walk a long time just to get my medicine. I love it. DDog in the chat. DDog, are you streaming right now? You're welcome to call in. Always love to hear from the Dalmatian. Don't spend it all in one place. That's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. But thank you. That'll go straight to the Red Bull Fund. Kemma says, God, I hope the Thorps finally give up YouTube with their dead channel and content. I mean, that's what I thought. And then I clicked on their stream today, and it was just Ben pressuring Grace to go fuck Action Man. What is this shit? God, it's so depraved. And it's like, you know, my dad had his own issues. A lot of people in my family had issues, but there was never any lack of love or care or encouraging me to pursue higher goals, you know? Not pimp myself out to like B-list celebrities on Kick. What? All right. I'm dropping the link just for DDog for right now. I don't know if I'm going to do like a panel thing, but we'll have him come up for a second and chat, and then we'll go to the Keemstar clip and see what else is bopping online right now. But yeah, here's the link for DDog if he wants to commentate on this whole shipping Grace out to Florida to fuck a Kick streamer just so blatantly. Like, they're not even pretending it's something else. It's like, and he's like, oh, what are you, a princess? What are you, a princess? Yeah, I guess if not wanting to fuck random Kick streamers for clout means princess, sure. Sure, yeah, I guess so. You know, I can't help it sometimes. I shouldn't be in their chat really even talking to them and encouraging the shit show, but yeah, you know, I did just get out of the shower and I will be going to work later. These are things that I think would advance the Thorps a lot. Is just like a shower. Dog! I was just about to bring you up, bitch! Bro! You gave me 1 fucking second! Diva. Wow. I did! Wait, do I have to take it off again? It's still off. Whatever. Hey, I liked you calling in. I mean, I'm glad there's some people there just being like, dude, this is not okay. And we all called this. He's been pushing her in this direction of doing more and more sexual stuff online. And now he's pushing it in person. This is the pimp hoe dynamic. Like, and it's so fucked. Hey, what's up? What's up, Bubby? Leave it to Bubby. We got more beautiful bonita women in the chat. Because guess what? Bitches beget bitches beget bitches. Okay? It's called the upward spiral. Get on it. Get on it. She actually would do great as like a femdom. And the thing is, okay, bitch. If you're gonna do sex work, do clothed femdom. Just know your fucking market. It's exactly what she's doing right now, except on a different website. That's more fucking appropriate than all ages YouTube. Degenerates. Dude, literally. Love this chat and you, Ruby. Great energy. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. I do feel like I've built up a really good group of chatters. You know, we're small but thriving community, and always looking for new people who are just on the same page, just wanting to have fun online and like, yeah, we can engage in drama or call out like bullshit. You know, but at the end of the day, we do want to just have a community of people supporting each other and leveling up the way that me, Ava, and Lo do. It's possible. Yes, we all do our own channels. Then we come together, do our own channels, come together, do our own things. Yeah, it's possible, people. The funny thing is, even if she got 1,000 viewers from that interaction, Ben would chase them away within 3 to 5 years. Yeah, this isn't a lack of exposure issue. It's a Ben issue. But I don't. If she doesn't know that by now, no words are really going to make it happen. It's just a matter of suffering enough until she wants to leave, I guess. I don't fucking know. Maybe she'll, you know, go fuck this guy, get no clout. And there you go. Now she's a whore. So that makes it easier for him to just whore her out. But yeah, make fun of me for getting an education and working for a living. The audacity is wild. Wild. Subchat rage. What do you mean Ava betrayed DDog? DDog is the one who keeps flaking out on our trip. He's like being such a diva about it. Just like just now, he was like, can I have the link? I give him the link. I was merely finishing my sentence and then he ran away. Like the screwy little dog he is. I've had pleasant interactions with Action Man. I know he also has struggled with addiction issues. So we've had some conversations about that, but he's a horny guy. He's trying to, he like mass messages bitches. That's why he's so blunt about it. Like, yes, I'm expecting sex so that he can sift through time wasters. And they're just like calculating publicly how to waste his time. So dumb. Dude, if she's gonna do sex work, be a clothed femdom. That's 80% of what I did. It was, she does it anyway. She has a lot of rage, a lot of daddy issues, and she can go yell at men, live out her fantasy. Like, I don't know, dude. Yes, people, like the stream. Yeah, NoFap. I've heard some benefits of NoFap. Stopped whacking it. Oh, I thought you meant like you stopped jerking off. I was like, oh, maybe if you stop jerking off, your hair grows faster. That's how my mind works. It's a struggle. Jesus. It's so mind-blowing. So mind-blowing. But whatever. Let's watch a little Keemstar out. And I'm going to react to what he said. And there's been a couple instances lately that people want me to leak DMs on. They want me to leak my Action Man DMs, my Keemstar DMs. I think that when you leak DMs, it's just bad form. I think that's just one of a million reasons why the Thorp struggle to have collaborations. But if people are lying about me and it's pertinent, like the Action Man, I don't give a fuck about. More so the Keemstar, but it's hard to prove a negative. Yeah, I could drop a bunch of DMs that show I didn't say that. And then the people who believe Keem will just say like, oh, she deleted it or she's not posting those. How about you, Keemstar? Why don't you post these DMs? Okay. Because it's hard to prove a negative. Do you know what I'm saying? And it would just be going against my own general standard. And it's via standards. It's via standards that I don't have the issues that the Thorps do. Like, it just blows their mind, like, why people would collaborate with me over them. And it's like, oh, man, this is wild. Also, I love how, like, these people don't even know what they're doing. Like, I got a notification from Grace being like, guys, we're talking the contra points. And I'm like, there's no way in hell they're talking the contra points. But they just missaid someone's name and mixed them up with another hugely famous YouTuber. It's just trash. Low effort trash. Oh, and also Keemstar. Oh, wait, more so Boogie. Boogie went apeshit on Zooted, and it was bizarre. A lot of moral grandstanding because he was triggered by her girlfriend yelling because Boogie was. No, let's just watch it. I'm explaining too many things. We're jumping around. Let's just.
He's saying this because he cares about you. Queens. Rewind is talking some smack. Test has a problem with their testes.
I just feel like it wouldn't even do what I wanted to do.
Crazy drama at Aiden Ross's boxing event. The Island Boys lost the fight to a senior citizen. Ludwig is mad at his best friend. A TikToker has been taken advantage of. There's terrorists inside the United States. Dave Portnoy has been kicked out of a pizza place. There's about a...
Yeah, Boogie was having his own triggered reaction to that and thinking he's like moral grandstanding, like some great guy sticking up against domestic violence, when really he's just using it for fucking content. Zay said over and over, she's crying, this isn't fucking content. Stop slandering my boyfriend. Holy shit, these people are so fucking irresponsible. It pisses me off.
Million things going on. Action Man has been pressed by Burger Planet. Burger Planet attacked Action Man. We got an update on those lawsuits with Ethan Klein, and woke journalists are spearing him. It's insane. And it's all happening tonight with just me and Boogie because Rostov has AIDS. He has died of HIV. He is no longer with us. I hope you're ready.
That's so funny.
Got what else?
You the kid.
Boogie, what's going on?
How you doing, boss?
I am doing great. Our channel's still broken, but I'm okay. We gotta exist.
I know, but again,
copium.
This is the time of year that everyone who has family and friends and shit are doing stuff like you. You're gearing up to do shit with your family and friends, right? Well,
yeah, he's just like, dude, like, Keems are just so busy gearing up to do stuff with like his family and friends, and like that's why the numbers are cratering. Not the fact that you lost your top talent and like the main instigators of anything interesting that ever happened in that fucking dead ass universe. Bruh. All right, we got an op in the chat. We got an op in the chat.
We do.
I know, but we got multiple people saying they're not getting the notifications anymore.
No, everyone got that.
That's what I'm worried about.
Problem. That's a fucking problem.
That's what I'm worried about.
But this is what pisses Kim off.
What it is. So yeah, Rostov's sick. Rostov's sick.
Yeah, he's dead. Yeah. I can't believe that. That sucks, man.
So if you see,
well,
I said,
can we not catch a break?
I said, this is what pissed Kim off. He's such a pussy. I said, cope. That's all I said. And watch.
Right? Like, it feels like everything... AIDS leapt right out of his toilet and killed him.
Time out. We got Ruby in the chat. She's saying, cope, cope. This is the same bitch that just posted her fucking newest stream all over our Reddit like multiple times. The Queen's Reddit.
That's true. Since I was looking through the Reddits, and since I was covering the topics on Celebrity Sunday, I posted the link in the Reddit for LolCal Queens, Becky Boop, and LolCal Live. Because I was covering all those topics, and sometimes people do that. But I figured it would probably get taken down in the no free speech zone. That is anything run by Keem that has to be constantly worshiping him because he can't take criticism. He doesn't, he rejects it as a concept. Oops.
They are Reddit. I just deleted it this morning for self-promotion. Like, what the fuck am I coping about, bitch? Just like... when someone gets kicked out of the LCU, you're at the top of the comments, Ruby, you fucking crackhead. Oh, thank God you left. Ain't you the same bitch in my DMs trying to get back into our Discord? Oh, thank God. Thank God you're gone. They're so bad. They're so bad. the same bitch
I
in
don't
my
know.
DMs. Hey, can I get back in the Discord?
Nope.
I left all those bad Discords.
Nope.
Get the fuck out of here, Ruby, bro. You got a bunch.
I never, ever. The only interaction we've had privately since when he kicked me out for having links on my show, like, I was never going to comply by these stupid rules. You know, I knew having links in my show was probably going to be the end of it, and I was fine with that because I have no interest. I wasn't even employed by the guy, and he was trying to control who I talked to. God, what the fuck? I never, ever asked to get back in, asked for a job. No, that is fabricated. I never said, oh my God, I left the bad Discords. No, never happened. Please stop lying. Stick to the crack part. At least that's true. There's plenty, fuck you. There's so much bullshit that I just lay on a platter that you could choose from to shit on me with. Don't fucking lie about me, bitch. It's fucking annoying. And I've been a very vocal critic, and I'm financially fine. The channel's been doing great. Why the fuck would I want to sign on to make no money on milkers and sacrifice my life, my channel, and everything I've been working for? For what? For why? Everyone who's left that universe has only negative fucking things to say. It's a cult, dude. It's a failing cult. Okay? And yeah, I know what time you go live because I watch the show and I commentate on it. They always think it's this big got you, wouldn't that make you a fan? I guess. Yeah, you could call me a hate fan, whatever. It is yeah. I watch primarily to commentate on how strange it all is. Yes! But don't lie on my name. It's super fucking annoying.
You have no credibility.
That never happened. I've never, ever said anything about, oh, I'm leaving the toxic Discords. No, but do you know who did? Who I'm kind of disappointed in? Miss Hazed. Right after Keem calling me a crack whore, she sends a pathetic $20 donut being like, oh, Keem, would you be willing to consider me for a job? Fuck you. Fuck you. And guess what Keem said? No, cunt. No, cunt.
Ability whatsoever, you fucking loser. Fucking telling me to cope. The bitch fucking tells everyone that she hates the LCU, hates Keemstar, but she's in my chat watching my show.
$20. Trump announced Iran and Israel war will end in 6 hours.
Well, great.
Oh,
That's neat.
God.
It won't.
And so here's the thing. Here's the thing on top of that, Ruby.
Dude, do you know what's fucking annoying? I was at work when this interaction was happening. Dude, this was so annoying. I was literally at work. Well, I'm having a back and forth with Keemstar. He's lying about me. And then all these annoying fucking Yale customers come in like, hi. Do you have the life of Pi? Take your gross taste and fiction elsewhere. Yuck.
Is literally broken right now. Notifications aren't going out. But guess who memorized what time we were going fucking live? Crackhead Ruby. She fucking memorized it. She here.
Every day.
Ruby here.
Oh, that's great.
Ruby here. You know she didn't get no fucking notification. That bitch is just like, oh, it's 6 o'clock. I better head over.
I was at work.
He's coping.
Ruby's one of these women who, had they had a show in here, they would be like kissing as much ass as they can. Oh, it's so great to be here. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. Thank you for the paycheck. You deny them a paycheck, and they're all about what a piece of shit you are, except she would love to get the paycheck still. Ruby, how would it be? How nice it would be to be making 6 figures a month? Because I 5 figures a month, because I enjoy it. I enjoy it quite a bit. You would enjoy it too, but you'll never get to do that.
Y'all seem kind of satanic and miserable, but pop off, King. And I just think you're wrong. I don't think I would have, even if I had been hired for Lockout Queens, I would have quit. It's not what I want to do online. I like having my own channel.
Because you lack talent and ability, and you're not watchable.
You know,
so, good luck with
when
that.
Roxy was gone and shit, she's the top comment. Oh, thank God you left. Thank God. Thank God you left. Bitch, I see you in every one of these shows. And you're in the Rewind chat. You're in the Nerds chat. You're in fucking Lolcow Live chat. Bitch, what do you mean? How come you didn't leave? You're so glad all these people left.
I'm watching, and yeah, I commentate. Yeah, I enjoy watching to comment on it. Yeah, it's hard though. A lot of these shows have become like even worse, if that's even comprehensible. I'm just disappointed. I had pleasant interactions with Miss Hayes, but that was yikes. That was kind of yikes, dude.
Left, why the fuck you still here? Like, what the fuck?
Well, I gotta watch. Make sure I can rescue anybody else I can. Didn't try to rescue me, bitch. I'm happy here. I like the money. I like having fun.
Because I'm trying to rescue your girlfriend, dumbass. Desi, you can do better. Get away from this freak. I have an extra room. Desi, it's yours. Get the fuck away from this freak.
Like tell him I like entertaining people. I don't know.
Look,
I'm weird.
I'm not
Bigfoot
joking.
Alt super chatted $20. Ruby, I can't. Go suckle the teat of Voldemort.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. But I'm not joking, Boogie. I woke up this morning. I popped on the Reddit, see what was going on over the Reddit. And it was just her advertising her stream on both the Queen's Reddit and the fucking Local Live Reddit. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I fucking deleted it for self-promotion. Fucking piece of shit.
Once again, you got to remember, some of these people are only relevant because they brushed up to the LCU. They will never be relevant anywhere else, any other way. They had one small taste of it. Now they're being starved of all the attention they can get. And of course, they're going to do that. They all do it. They all try, and they all fail. Some of them show up at fat camps. Some of them drag our names. Some of them do something.
So interesting, because Gamer with the Damned actually just pulled up the receipts the other day of how proof that I had been pulling away before they even kicked me out, and Keemstar said he missed me and was looking for me. Fuck off.
But it doesn't matter because you'll always be irrelevant forever. Go fuck yourself.
Now in their chat saying, Keem big mad. You got triggered. No, I'm just clapping back at stupidity.
Yeah.
If someone puts some dumb shit on there, like, look,
stupidity.
I'm so glad you escaped, but that person's a straight up lying hypocrite and they're always here, then I'm going to call it out. You know, it's not about being mad. It's about fucking get truth bomb, bitch. You know? Anyhow, it is what it is. Okay. I don't even know what to jump into. There's so much fucking good stuff. I know you want to talk about the S1K stuff.
Miss Shays super chatted $19.99. Can I come back?
Shout out Miss Hayes. No, you're in a bunch of
Can you believe that?
bad servers. See, this is the thing. They're like, you know,
Miss Hayes. Yikes. 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 Can I get a yikes for Miss Hayes? Yikes.
how curiosity killed the cat, Boogie. Boogie, are you fucking with me? You're fucking with me. Nah, you're fucking with me.
Yeah, they're similar.
He's fucking with me. Boogie,
Yeah, they're already moving on.
Boogie, bro, what? The fuck? Yo, are you there, Boogie?
Still can't do tech every show. Every show,
Bro,
it's like the first time.
What the fuck is this? Bro! They took out
You
my
get for speaking of my
homie!
name.
They took him out, bro. Did Iran just nuke Arkansas? What the fuck? What is happening? Ain't no way, dog. Ain't no way. You are in here. You are... Bro! What is happening? Bro, what is this? Come on.
Yes, we know you can't
Good
do
looking familiar with
shows.
the lawsuits. Long story short, Ethan Klein laid a trap, all right, for Hassan Piker.
I'm looking
He
chat. I said, tell the truth if they'll stop interfering with the internet. I mean, honestly, if he's a paranoid NPD disordered fucking freak, they're very susceptible to paranoid delusions. He thinks that Popstar is working with Ben to sneak into his 4th of July party, which he, by the way, said he needed a month off work to prepare for, when Becky can ask for a few days to mourn her dead fucking relative, you monster. Yikes.
Laid a trap by registering his video, which was the content nuke on Hassan Piker, with the Library of Congress or something. He registered it,
Dude,
right?
she's going straight
so if
to
somebody
hook it.
stole that video, he could sue and get his lawyer fees and everything else from it. So when he registered that video, he kept pressuring for months. Hassan, react to the content nuke, because
I didn't realize. All right, so that's I don't know. Let's get to the part where Boogie goes ape shit on Zay Zooted, and she's crying and begging them not to make content out of this. So yeah, let's watch that. So fucked. Just and this is the thing, they'll literally just take any random chatter and they'll just like pop off, or like any person who's not in the show and just pop off on their name, totally abusing the fact that there's like thousands of people watching who believe in Keemy cult, the cult of Keem. They believe. Believers.
That's what I'm gonna do. Because you like to mute, you like to put people at zero because you're trash. You can't even handle it. You're not even.
Put your head down, bitch. Your five head is blinding the whole fucking street.
I want to see what fucking Zay had to say, but I can't fucking find it. Okay.
Fuck, dude. I'm so torn right now.
Wait, hold on, Boogie. Let's get the full context here. Because apparently he showed up on Nerds. So let's see how this plays out.
I know.
Oh, man, you talking all this shit. You guys stay all pissed off. And I had to talk about you. We were supposed to be cool. And you were supposed to be my friend. And now all of a sudden, now we all at the war to you, bro.
Nah. First of all, I told your man to shut the fuck up. He's in the Discord.
First of all, coming on my stream with the straight live. So where's the proof? Hey, yo, mama, so shut the fuck up. Remember whose stream this is. Remember whose stream this is. Your volume's on zero, buddy. Your volume's on zero, buddy. So what I told you, yo, mama, bring up any of the proof of anything my man said. He's on zero, but nobody can hear him. Nobody can hear him. So bring up any single proof of anything my man said.
Karen super chatted 20
Fucking Karen.
Yo, mama.
You're a fucking
I'm
Karen.
still talking.
Okay, let him talk. Let him talk.
So where's your proof? Where's your proof? Where's your proof? You're unmuted. Where's your proof? Where's your proof? You're unmuted. You're unmuted. Where's your proof?
Why is this on like a military?
Buff said that he's so sick of people attacking Zay Zooted for doing the sex work that he doesn't respect them if they go after her for that. Jared, Red, thank you for the 5. There's so much here, dude. It's hard to like keep up. What?
Can I just have some uninterrupted 5 minutes or something, please? Look, I honestly have a history.
All right, so what's going to happen is, this is what I think is about to happen. So Boogie's such a despicable person, honestly. But what he's about to do is he's going to probably get a lot of authentic being like triggered because of something about Zay's boyfriend reminds him of his abusive dad. So he's about to freak out about that, but act like it's like, oh, I just care so much about Zay, even though all he does is shit on her. Like, fuck off. And there was no private fuck off. Literally, fuck the fuck off. But, jeez.
Right, my mama did fucking sex work. I've known a lot of sex workers, okay? And sex workers, by the way, turn out to be the worst motherfuckers on the planet. I'm sorry if selling your pussy is the only fucking trade skill you can learn, but guess what? It's got an expiration date.
$20.
Says the guy who blew all of his money on fucking hookers and is dating a teenager. Fuck you.
I know you say I'm boring, but anytime I've ever gone up on a show, it was just to talk about whatever they were talking about. It wasn't to entertain anyone, but it's okay. All good in the LCU hood.
He's got a complex now over my criticism. But go ahead, Boogie.
I have a beef with sex workers because every sex worker I've ever met, and you know I've met quite a few, they all turn out to be the worst motherfuckers on the planet. They are human fucking garbage.
And you know he probably thinks this because a lot of narcissists and people who have like severe like mental issues to the point of impairment, they view your reaction as the initial abuse. So they push, punch, stab. And then the moment you go like, whoa, back off, they're like, I just got pushed for no reason. And then they'll like find anyone they can find and be like, dude, this chick just pushed me for no reason. And then they'll be like, wait, no, I didn't. They're like, no, they're crazy. Like, it's So I'm sure Delulu fucking Boogie, it's like with Ben. They think the world is abusing them because they view the reactions of abuse as abuse.
Garbage, okay? And like, if your only tread skill is your ability to sell your pussy, bad news, you're going to be out of work when you turn 30. So you need to learn a fucking skill. I get that you can make rent money by selling.
Scream at yourself, bitch. Scream at yourself, bitch. The fuck would you be doing if Keem didn't like sign over your house to pay for it and give you this dumbass job as a fucking internet clown? You have nothing. You have no skills. You went to a job interview as a joke for fucking content. So
selling your pussy on OnlyFans, congratulations. Have some self-respect. You got to live another 70 years.
Have some self-respect, bro. Bro. He's mad. He's yelling at his father and himself right now. He's saying it's about Zay, but this is all, and I think it's like authentic, weird energy. But he's like trying to like make it seem like that energy is like, because he's so good and he just cares. And like, yeah, he's seen this stuff before. He gets it, guys. Yeah, sex workers, have a little self-respect. Think about your future. The fuck is your future but dying in 2 years, you fat fuck?
Years after that pussy expires, figure your shit out. But that's fine. That's fine. We have sex workers in the LCU, and I don't have a problem with them. Sex work is work. Sex work is work. In this economy, get fucking paid. You got to get laid to get paid. I said that a million fucking times. And I have my personal beef with Zooted. I think she's fucking bull.
My theory for why he's so mad is because, well, okay, so the basic issue that he's framing it is that Zooted, her boyfriend's abusive because there was an instance, and get a load of this just to add to the audacity. There was an instance where Zay, because she has opened up about being bipolar, she was really like crying, really just like not doing well one day. And Boogie was yelling at her to go on camera and just use the tears and all of that for content. And it'd be good content. And I guess Zay's boyfriend was screaming like, no. And then Boogie says he saw bruises on her arm. In between hearing her boyfriend yell and the bruises, he has now decided to label this person as an abuser publicly and also bring attention to them being undocumented because I'm not even sure what basis that's on, and calling him a pimp and whatnot. And I don't know the details, but even if all this was true, this is, God, you're so fucking irresponsible. God, it pisses me off. All you're doing, if she is actually getting abused, you handling it this way is only gonna make it worse. Oh my God. Ugh, they're so fucking soulless.
Boring. I don't like watching her. She hurt my girlfriend's feelings and I'll never forgive her for that. But S1K is a piece of human fucking garbage. I don't even know.
I think that for whatever reason, it triggered his own issues being abused by his father. And he's trying to like attach that like, oh, I'm protective because like I've seen my own mother get abused. And now I know the signs. I see it in Zay. And I just like care a lot. And like has a lot of rage towards women and sex workers. Like fat women and sex workers, ironically. It's like the fat fuck who blew his money on sex workers has an issue with them. So it's really, the getting triggered is just about that. I don't think it's anything about being like, I'm just so concerned for her well-being.
Oh, he's in America.
Oh, also, I got, BB Phil said that the people in the lolcow test Discord, oops, I don't know what just happened. I don't know if you can still hear me. The people in the lolcow test Discord know about your video tonight and are planning like a watch party. So making waves, baby. Making waves. I don't know why the screen is so black. What the fuck games are you talking about? And yeah, I'm sure a lot of it's performative, but I know what it's like to be like yelling and intense, like I don't fucking know, but like this is just
American fucking citizen, by the way. I expect him to get picked up by ICE any goddamn day of the fucking week, and I hope you fucking do. After the way I heard this cocksucker motherfucker treating Zay on the day I joined fucking.
Yeah, I don't like how this guy's treating at you, so I'm gonna publicly bring you up to yell at you and beat you down in front of 5,000 people. Whore, I just care.
Nerds as their manager. She was bawling her fucking eyes out, and this motherfucker's in the background screaming at her. On what planet have you?
So the guy was screaming at her not to go live while she was crying, and Boogie's screaming at her to go live. That's what they're referencing, and other people were in the call. Of course, Zay's gonna be the new villain, and it sucks because she openly has said that she's vulnerable and she did not want her relationship to be content like this, but they need something that's really crazy to try to get eyeballs back on the LCU from Becky, you know.
Whoever she said he was just helping me. He's just helping me. On what planet has screaming at a crying woman ever fucking helped them? It never fucking has. It never fucking will.
And that's what you're about to do, my strange little brother.
Oh, and by the way, I seen the bruises on your fucking arms, Zay. I saw the bruises on your fucking arms. Several people did. And I fucking know the truth. You defend him like he abuses you. You defend him like you're afraid to go to sleep with him mad at you at night. That's how you fucking defend him. You defend him like a rabid fucking dog. It's one thing.
I don't think King is playing games, stealing money, but I think he's kind of a people pleaser, you know? It's disappointing when you hear him in conversation, just kind of like coddling Ben's feelings, but I don't know what. But I have no real issue with King, you know, and I thought we were on good terms. I don't know why he's been like acting a little weird lately.
Thing to defend your girl the way I defended mine is another to defend your man like you're fucking afraid of him, because I believe you are. I believe you're terrified of him, and if the way he treats other hosts in this LCU and the way he treats people on that Discord is a fraction of how shitty he treats you, then he is a piece of shit.
What the fuck?
And with that, Zay Zooted has joined the Becky Network.
Only Keem's allowed to say Becky. They're all Voldemort now. It's so dumb. How many Voldemorts? And why are they all women?
For a while, man. One day on Discord, I went into Nerds to talk to Zay about this, and I'm like, Zay, I hope he treats you better than he treats everyone else, and if he doesn't, I hope you do better. And she acted like I just shit in her goddamn Wheaties. She acted afraid, dude. She sounded fucking afraid.
Can this $20
you're a
ban
scary
UTX?
freak, dude.
Please and thank you. Also waited to send this after the glorious Boogie rant. _win. _win.
Yeah, I was
Underscore
gonna wait,
Boogie.
but I'm over
Underscore
it, bro.
Boogie.
So let's get started. So the day he's talking about where S1K was screaming at me, whatever you want to say he was doing.
Yeah, defend your man. Defend your man. Go ahead, defend your
because
man.
you want to keep lying on his name. The same
I
way
didn't
that I
fucking
defended
lie.
him that night.
Glammy was there. Fucking
Crash
other
out.
people were there. They heard it. Yeah, I'm crashing out on your behalf. Now defend your abuser
Dawson
instead.
superchatted
Instead of a fucking coming clean,
$49.99.
defend your abuser
Boogie
instead.
Yeah, keep calling him that though.
He is. He fucking
The same
is.
way that you
I
just-
can't wait till ICE picks that motherfucker
Same
up.
way
I
you
can't
just
wait
raised
to
his
he's back in
ass
whatever
up, but
fucking
you keep
piece of
showing
shit country he comes from. I can't wait. That's why he pimps you the fuck out. He's not even
You're
from this
so
fucking
racist.
country.
It's
He
not
can't get a
even
goddamn
funny,
job.
buddy.
He
You
can't
can't
get a goddamn
even
job.
back
I
this
can't
big
fucking
ass
wait.
crash
This is literally dangerous. First off, literally fucking dangerous to be at his size, getting his blood pressure. He's going to have a heart attack. And he's screaming at a woman because he thinks she's being like screamed at too much by her boyfriend. What the fuck is this shit?
I can't fucking
help
wait.
but laugh,
You
to be
stop
honest.
prostituting your pussy, and you'll
cry.
thank me for it one day.
This is
You'll
so
thank me
scripted,
for it
y'all.
one day.
This is
You'll
ridiculous.
thank me for it one
So
day.
scripted, y'all.
Yeah, it's
So,
real fucking
Yeah,
scripted.
you're scripted as fuck, Boogie. So
Thank
let's
you,
get
Virginia.
into it. What happened that day where I was crying? So I only talk about this because I don't care
Read my
about using
show
my
with a
bipolar disorder.
Scripted, you're bound. Fuck you. Lie on my name. Lie on my
Oh,
name. Call
Boogie,
this
look at
scripted. You're out. You're out. You call it fucking scripted. You're out. It's not. There's no fucking script. I was just worried
Also,
about your
yeah, her saying that he's scripted right now, this whole, like, that doesn't even make sense. Like, she could say he's being disingenuous or insincere or he's lying, but
dumb cunt ass.
Let's get the fuck into it. Boogie doesn't want to get into the. I'm not gonna.
Call me fucking scripted. I'll.
exactly. That's what fucking pisses me off too. It's like, it's not your fucking place, dude. And if it is your place,
my
it's behind
phone
the
show
scenes
fucking-
privately, not in front of 5,000 people.
You want to keep playing? I'll disconnect.
Yeah, bitch, all fucking day. All fucking day. Call my show scripted. Call my fucking show scripted. I'll kick you out again. Call my show scripted again, you lying cunt. Call my show scripted again, you lying cunt. Call my show scripted again, you lying cunt. Call my show scripted again, you lying fucking.
Keem, this is ridiculous. Are you not gonna let him like let me
Exactly.
speak?
It's like improv.
I just got
disingenuous improv. Based on real freakouts.
Okay. So, like
Call
I
it
was
scripted again.
saying,
Call it
keep
scripted
going,
again.
bro.
Yeah, I so wish I was in this position. Someone like, oh man, I forget who it was, but they were like, on one of the like Lol Cow spin-off shows. They were like, Ruby, you fucked up so bad. Just think of it. You could have been a Zooted.
Dumb fucking cunt. Call it scripted again. Call it scripted again, you dumb fucking cunt.
People think I want.
Then you're
Why
out.
not?
Then you're out. Then you're out.
I'm not being scripted. You are. See, you tried to push
You're
this
getting kicked out because I'm not being scripted by nothing. Nobody hand me a
for the
script.
millionth
Nobody wrote me
fucking time,
something.
Boogie,
You're
and I'm not
lying on
writing
my
with
show.
that.
Go lie on your show, you irrelevant cunt.
I'm not gonna let you lie in front of 4,000 people.
What? She's telling me it's
You
scripted.
keep
Where's the
trying,
script?
Boogie.
Where's the script? Where's the script?
His big fat ass can't find the mouse. Anyways, so like I was saying, I'm bipolar. I was crying one day because I was having a really fucking bad day. S1K was telling me, do not start the fucking stream. Do not start the stream while you're crying. Boogie was pushing me, screaming at me, yelling at me, start the stream, start the stream. And then he was calm. Then he's like, no, just calm down, because he saw I was freaking the fuck out. And then he's like, just start the stream while you're crying. Do it for content. S1K is yelling, do not start the stream while you're crying. He was trying to save me from a moment of a crash out because I'm bipolar. Was I ever going to reveal that on stream? No.
I don't want to be in the middle of this. Where's
we watch it to commentate on it because I find it to be an interesting manifestation of like weird, bizarre, sick incentives to happen when you're a content creator online and how people abuse their power. I don't think this is scripted at all. This part, no, I disagree with you. Some parts of the show are scripted and some aren't, but I don't ever think that domestic violence is part of like written in the plot. But I mean, you know, we can disagree, I guess, on that part. But yeah, I'm not interested in the scripted aspect. It's more interested in the toxic online culture aspect. You either get it or you don't.
Where's Boogie? Are you kicking Boogie out of his own show?
Kicking me out every single time he won't let me speak in front of 4,000 people. He's going to make an accusation like that.
I know, but you know the rules. You can't fucking kick someone out of their
So
own
you're
show.
going to let him be racist, make an accusation like that, and not let me speak?
Oh, it's my fault?
No, I'm saying
Yeah,
him.
because it
I'm
wasn't
saying it's
dragging out
him.
the
It's-
show. I'll
I'm saying
fucking
it's him, not
stay
you.
on. Enjoy, Zay. Fuck you. Fucking enjoy.
But I'm just saying, who is moving him?
That's not what my hands were up.
Who is moving him out of this room?
I was just drinking water. That wasn't me that time.
Who's the fifth Voldemort? So we have Grace was the original Voldemort, then Lynx, then Savage, Becky, Roxy. Right? I think that's it. Which is weird how, like, lots of men leave the show in bad terms too and talk shit about it, but it's only the women who get Voldemorted. It's almost like it's some weird toxic fucking control thing. But, and BB, no, I didn't get into the Thorp stuff yet, but we will be shortly. This is just, I wanted to react to Keemstar lying about me again, and also this freak out over Zay, and then we'll move on.
Sit up here and tell more lies about the bruises on your fucking arms. What about those? Talk about those.
Bruises on my arms.
The
I'm
bruises
anemic.
on your arms. Yeah.
You want me to call my parents and then
hey,
tell you I
Discord.
take
Hey,
iron
Discord.
pills?
Hey, Discord. Show them about the fucking bruises.
You want me to call my parents?
No, you don't have to. Go get them.
My
Go get 'em.
parents?
No, your
Who live-
iron pills. Your iron pills. I'm on iron pills. Go get them.
I don't take them
Interesting.
anymore. Why do you think I get bruises?
That's
Like,
about
you want me to call them right now and tell them that
iron
I
pills
take
make you
specialized
bruise.
iron pills?
Iron pills make you bruise, not the absence of them.
You
Not
are
the
making
absence
a
of them.
heinous.
Not the absence of them.
Keep going with this. You got
I
a liar
will.
in your face.
I will.
What
Go
do you think's
ahead.
gonna
Go
happen with
ahead.
this?
Protect your man. But I hope you get away from him one day. I genuinely do. I pray for you.
I might have
shit
like
you
one or
not.
two on
right
kick
here on my
also
hands and
for
fucking
that.
knees.
Keep lying.
God, please, let's
This is how
Stop
desperately you
being
need content
prostituted.
for your
God,
show.
please,
You're
let
gonna make up an accusation like this.
stop getting prostituted by this piece of shit. God, please let him keep his hands off
remember
of
when
her.
you wanted to
God,
prostitute
please
Desi
let
on
him
OnlyFans?
treat
That's
him
why you're mad.
half as
Because one
well
night at
as
5
Desi
a.m.
gets
he
treated
came
every
into the
day.
Discord trying to
Let
make
this
lies
sex
about my
worker come
boyfriend,
to
and
your
I told him
fucking
that
light,
his
God.
girlfriend at 5
Let
a.m.
this sex
clearly
worker come into your light,
That's why
God.
he's coming
Let
into
this
Discord every
prostitute
night at
fuck with your
Oh my god.
one who dragged him out after you told me to stop him.
Well, I mean, it's
Well,
why
no,
it's
no. I came back and said, "Fuck her." The last time I left,
As soon
I said,
as you
"Fuck her."
left, he started dragging me out the second I started trying to speak.
okay, but say Zooted. It's
As
one
soon as
thing.
you call
It's
my
one
show
thing.
scripted,
Stop.
you're gone. You're
Stop.
gone. Say it again. Say it again, real
Boogie,
quick.
You're making up
Boogie,
a
stop.
Yeah,
Tell me
Stop.
there's a script. Tell me somebody wrote something for me today. Go ahead. Tell me again. Tell me again.
Okay. You're both.
I think he
You're
did
both
it? No.
server muted, so I can speak. Jesus Christ. Look, Zay, it's one thing to fucking mute people and kick people off your show, but kicking Boogie off his own show,
Ooh.
that's fucking retarded. Like, you can't do that. Like, that's insane. All right, you're both unmuted.
I drug her out first, to be fair, but it is my show. You had left, and she was lying and saying this was some sort of script. She was lying on your name and lying on my name, and I drugged the fucking lying bitch out.
Defending myself before I said shit about a script, he already drugged me out.
Nope.
The second I
Go
even
back and
opened
watch
my
it.
mouth to
Go
speak,
back.
he
Hey,
started
rewind.
screaming,
Hey, rewind.
started
Go back and
crashing
watch
out,
it. I'll see you
and
on
he drugged me
rewind.
out.
I'll see you on rewind because that's not what happened.
So Boogie, Boogie, just so you know,
Right.
she's saying that she's got iron pills and she was bipolar, and that's why S1K was screaming at her.
Yes, she's got tons of excuses. The shit still ain't right there. Okay? Look, I know people who have lack of iron and they don't get bruised because of lack of iron. They get bruised because they hate iron. You
Have I
said,
been in? Can one?
Imagine thinking like, God, it's just so insane. Like, it's just so not cool to do to Zay. I don't know why Zay's in the universe. And I will say, me and Zay like beefed during the Queen's auditions, went super hard on each other. Most, but I've seen her improve a lot in her skills as a streamer. And I don't know what she's getting from this universe. Because it's like, I don't know. It just seems like to be on such a downward trajectory. I'm surprised there's still these people who are just really dedicated to it. But if she stays after this, that's crazy. Now imagine, hey, Miss Hayes, why don't you send in another $20 dono begging for a spot back? Wouldn't that be cute timing? Just like right after Keem called me a crack whore and Miss Hayes, $1.99.
Kim, please let me back. I feel desperate. Me desperate too.
And Ben was telling Grace to try to get back in on this shit. They're all desperate. I mean, honestly, if the options are fuck Action Man for clout or go back to go back to LCL, they're pretty desperate, you know. But nah, she's too Voldemorted, and they already know that she's not gonna be a reliable worker for them. She doesn't really have any work ethic. And they say if you're kicked off someone else's show after 3 times, you lose your host role.
One person come in and vouch and say they've ever heard him speak bad to me. Like, that's so fucked up. You would even say that.
I have.
Oh, back for it. Oh, back for it. Oh, back for it.
I did. I was there. Oh, back for it. Oh, back for it. I was there. I was there. Oh, back for it. I was there. I'll vouch for it. How about how he treats everybody else? How about what about the way he treats everybody else? Are we supposed to expect you're the one person in the world that doesn't get his bullshit? You're the one person in the world. You're the one person in the whole fucking world he's nice to. You're the one person that he's nice to in the whole fucking world.
Okay.
Imagine making that fucking accusation against somebody, bro. You're so sick.
Well, it's been made against me a million times. The difference is there's evidence in your fucking case. There's evidence in my accusations against me. There's evidence in yours.
Okay, let me say something. Zay, I had S1K banned off the Discord. I had him banned completely. You asked me to unban him. I did unban him. And he's been fighting with all the other hosts. He's like fair game for anyone to talk about.
No. She's mentioning the viewer. I don't think this is her like eating this up at all. No, I think she's mentioning the viewer count because it's really fucked to tell thousands of people something that's completely false and defamatory about someone that she cares about. Yeah, I'd be pissed too. But I'm not receiving the energy that she's like eating this up. As a matter of fact, it looks like she's not. But I don't know. I've misread people before. I could be wrong.
Zay's the only person. The 8 billion people in the world that he's nice to. Also, random fans. Random fans and nerds. He treats everybody on the Discord like shit because he's a piece of shit.
I'm just saying when he was banned
I hope it hurts enough to want you to get the fuck out of that situation. I hope it hurts bad enough. I hope it hurts bad enough that you take this opportunity to save your life because the way this shit ends, the way this shit always ends, either someone leaves or someone dies. That's how it always fucking ends.
But you don't because you just want to make it content for your show.
I don't call you because my girl fucking hates you. She hates that I'm trying to save you night. She hates. I will. What's the number? Where do you live? I don't fucking know. Where do you live? Tweet me your info. Tweet me your info. I'll have the cops there in 30 minutes. If you're giving me permission, text me your info.
Guys, stop.
Text me your fucking address. I'll call the cops right now.
We're not doing.
I'm right here, baby. I'm right here. We're hanging out. We don't have to watch this entire Boogie freakout. It was in the same episode that Keemstar was like popping off on me for the first 5 minutes. But yeah, I think it's fucked up what they're doing. And let's see what pictures I have uploaded that I wanted to share today. Got the Thorps. Looking kind of rough. I would really do think showering should be on the table. They are getting rashes because they don't wash their bodies. What the fuck? What's this screenshot? Oh. Writers, what the fuck is wrong with? Why are you freaking out? This was funny too. That's from Ava's Discord. Ava is the best Discord. There's so many good memes and just funny people in there. And also, I got a new book yesterday. it's like a Kierkegaard anthology, and it really helps me to read, like, because I totally avoided any like Christian philosophy like in my past like reading. But I find it really useful, and it helps me feel closer to God and spiritual and connected. So, and it's really important to me to make space to do stuff like that, to make the time to do stuff like that. And there was a part I underlined because he's, I don't know. Some people are just have a way with words. Obviously he did. And sometimes some of his writing is kind of dense, but then 2 sentences later, it'll be like the most profound, like concise sentence you could ever imagine. But basically he was just talking about how any will besides the goodwill and to love others as yourself is gonna lead you astray. And he advocates for like the more personal like connection to God rather than going like he was critical of a lot of the churches of the day and whatnot. When Christ said, "Beware of men," I wonder if that warning did not imply this. Quote, "Beware lest through men," that is, through perpetual comparison with other men, through habit and externalities, you'll allow yourself to be defrauded of the supreme good. For the artfulness of a deceiver is not so dangerous. One more easily perceives it, but to hold the supreme good in a sort of common fellowship in the indolence of habit, moreover in the indolence of habit which even wishes to posit the race instead of the individual, wishes to make the race the receiver and the individual participant as a matter of course by virtue belonging to the highest. All right, now I'm getting lost in it, but there was another. Here we go. If a resolution of the will is required to end in the preliminary process of reflection, the presupposition character of the system is renounced. Only when the reflection comes to a halt can a beginning be made, and reflection be halted only by something else. And that something else is something quite different from the logical being a resolution of the will. And only when the beginning, which puts an end to the process of reflection, is a radical break of such a nature that the absolute beginning breaks with the continued infinite reflection, then is only without presuppositions. I don't know, this is a little heavy right now. But I found that, especially through the more poetic, like when I read the Bible, I tend to read the more poetic chapters, John, I read the Psalms, and it makes me feel just more connected to like this feeling of like love and goodness and a desire to do good and to do right by other people. And truly, it's like any bad thing you do, you're hurting yourself. It's not the Bible. You should read Who Needs God. I'm getting into all this because for a long time I was into like new atheism. I really was into like Sam Harris. Called Ben Thorp. I mean, he can have like fairly interesting conversations about that, and I'm not, I don't know, but unfortunately he's a dirty freak. Let's check in on those people. Let's see what's going on.
My ding-a-ling, I wanna play with my ding-a-ling. My ding-a-ling, my ding-a-ling, I wanna play with my ding-a-ling.
The question is this a kid's song? Kind of is, right?
Kind of, yeah.
I mean, it's a double entendre if the kid doesn't understand the connection.
That is just riveting. Ding-a-ling. Wow, Grace. Really tapping in.
I'm the worst.
They look terrible.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Thorp TV on YouTube and ThorpTube on Kick. It is Tuesday, June 24th, 2025, 10:54 a.m. Today we are attempting to talk to the most sane
Yo,
guest
sunblock, baby. Sunblock and makeup, baby.
My name is Grace Thorp, and this is my lovely father, co-host, and employee, Ben Thorp. How's everybody doing? Is this my headphone? Yeah.
Eesh.
So,
yikes.
I Nat Man.
This is a man defeated. He can't even find the will or desire to wash his own body. He said he was putting all his eggs in this basket of this show, but he couldn't even wash his body for it. They don't even have a friend who they could like use their shower. And anytime they have any money, they blow it on hotels just to end up homeless again. They're living the retard life with retard consequences. I don't know what to say.
Hello.
It's wild. The downfall's been wild to watch.
Everybody?
It's just been so quick.
I'm gonna put my.
Well, I mean, I guess it's been over. It's been for years.
In the chat, just in
It's
case
gonna be
anybody.
101 degrees here today, which never happens in this state.
Awful. Davius, thank you for the 2 gifted subs.
101 degrees and soupy.
I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with him.
Thank you so much, Damius.
Can you explain their living situation? You always say they're homeless, but they have a place they're in often. They live out of a car. This is a rented non-residential studio they got back when Ben was blowing all the family's money on his YouTube career. So they have this studio that they prepaid for. I don't know for how much longer. It's non-residential. There's no running water or bathroom in it. But obviously they're sleeping in that and in the RV. But now there's people saying that the RV has to be sold because Ben's just been dipping out on child support. They think they know better and are just going to outsmart everyone. They thought they were going to get Courtney like locked up in an institution and they were going to run away with the family's money and just be like rich YouTube millionaires. And it's all blown up in their face in the most epic way. And it sucks because, you know, things could have really played out differently if Grace had gotten out while she had the opportunity. Offered her a free place to stay, however long she needed. You know, but because of that, I'm now
yeah,
horrible.
It's bad. You want to know what hell feels like? Wake up.
Murder,
in
suicide.
an RV with the sun beating down and no air conditioning. It's brutal.
I don't know.
Like everything is like sweat. Anyways.
Yeah.
Oh God, imagine. It's literally 100 degrees out. But I think they're living and sleeping in the studio, obviously. We haven't seen the RV in a minute. But I don't know.
Yes, Tori, the fish shirt returns.
Cleans out your pores.
So next to your naked dad.
I feel like my face is fresher.
I just don't know what she's getting out of this.
So today we are gonna attempt. Hey, Natman gifted a sub.
Thank you, Natman.
Thank you guys so much. Today we're gonna be attempting to talk to a YouTuber named Counterpoints, who is currently streaming about
how he sees himself. He really does. And
well,
he
a
will till
debate
the day he
between
dies.
these 2 guys,
He's too far in, but
Disco
who knows?
and Tomfoolery, who are Destiny Orbiters.
It's gonna hit her too late,
sub-orbiters,
unfortunately.
ContraPoints. No, it's not ContraPoints. Counterpoints.
Counterpoints. Who's
I know,
Counterpoints?
right?
Is that-
It's
is that
like
the
they are
trans
just
woman?
constantly lying.
Oh, okay. My bad.
I don't know how that doesn't.
Sorry.
Like I feel bad
No,
when I
like,
lie.
That is really good.
They don't have that. And they say I lie about things. Name one thing I've lied about, and I'd be happy to correct it.
That's a woman. Wow. Well done.
Okay, I'm fixing it.
Voice, beard, facial structure. Amazing.
Okay, here we go. Fixed it. Sorry, Connor. So he's currently streaming about
Seriously. That is hell.
lawsuit
She's
Ethan
in it.
Klein is pursuing against lawsuits against people who reacted to his content without adding anything, transforming it.
Yeah.
And apparently these two guys had some kind of a debate about
Dude,
those
it's
lawsuits
rough.
and about fair use.
It gets
and that
worse
kind
and
of stuff.
worse.
So this is Connor over here, and he's reacting to the debate.
Yeah, there's a weird way in which Ethan Klein knows that like this is going to trigger, right, a kind of this whole world to like debate it, I guess, right?
Yeah.
And you know, this is the Pixie thing was like that too. It's like the latest thing.
Yeah, and of course,
but it has to. It's a little bit of.
I mean,
a
he
tricky
issue.
Issue.
Dude, you don't understand. He hasn't.
Property rights.
He's going on like at least a month of not showering in this heat. I'm showering sometimes twice a day because I hate being covered in sweat. He's just has like inches of grime and sweat, and he thinks he looks like some action movie star. He's so delusional. You look like a nasty homeless fucking freak, dude.
Yeah.
Things like fair use and copyright law. But what they usually fail to do is situate it in a larger context. Right?
Exactly. No, because they're so. This is why they're never gonna make it. They had like they made a lot when they were stalking Keemstar at Fat Camp. And since they're idiots, they just multiplied that like as if they're going to continue making like $2,000 a week forever. And anytime they do get money, guess what? It's blown on dumb fucking electronics for Ben because he needs her broke, confused, and exhausted. Otherwise, she'll obviously leave. Or who knows at this point? She's been so brainwashed for so long.
What is the philosophical point of these laws altogether?
I know, and that's just dark in itself.
Here? What good does it do for society? You know what I mean? And if you get into any argument on a lower level, if you don't have, as almost no one does in this sphere, philosophical grounding, it's kind of stupid to talk about like the fine grain because there's always a larger issue. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can see that.
If you don't understand the larger issue, you're just wasting time.
Yeah, it's idiotic.
I don't think many people understand the larger issue. Do you know?
Dude, I never saw them.
It's
watch
a tough one.
The larger
That's what they think. They're idiots.
What's the larger? So the fine grain issue is, I make content.
They don't have
you
health
take the content,
they're so fucked.
rebroadcast it while doing your makeup.
Yeah, it's really not.
You get views. I do nothing. I mean, you do get views without really doing anything.
Yeah.
I should get paid since you're taking my content, right?
Right. What's the larger issue there?
So
she's totally demoralized and
in
defeated.
one
She wants to
sense,
retire.
Like you're stealing,
Mm-hmm.
right? But if I, as I do, talk about ideas and you take my ideas, put a pair of tits on them and sell them for way more money than I sell them for, which is what happens here, although you quit doing that because it's too oppressive for you.
Did I
I
really
have
sell
no
them, though?
such, I have, well, like the daddy pill, whatever. I can't make a claim on you.
She could get her looks
So,
back. She tried, but she's
It's
not willing.
really stealing ideas. You get what I'm saying?
She doesn't want to do this. She doesn't have the passion.
That's not steal. That's not considered stealing.
And
Even
who
like
knows?
today's
If I'd been doing this as long as them, maybe I'd be demoralized too.
Yeah, like
fine.
a girl could like copy what Jesse Lee Peterson says and just
Right, you
market
repackage
it
it,
better.
yeah.
And that wouldn't be. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
if
they're
it
just always
morally
looking.
would
What's
be
the
considered
what's
stealing.
the scam? What's the lawsuit? How can we get rich quick?
Like very similar before you can make a legal claim.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with comedians, right? What's stealing a joke? If I make a kind of variation on a mama joke and you kind of make a similar joke,
So rough. It's
I mean,
brutal.
in a sense, the
Lalo.
mama joke
They fell off
is
post
old
Lalo.
as time,
You're the
right?
glue.
Yeah.
So like, oh, I invented mama jokes. Not true.
Yeah, and I gotta get a tissue. I'll be right back.
You look so crazy. I can't get over
I'm
it.
not doing anything.
Look at my garbage bag of a dress, guys.
Turn around.
Yikes. Oh my God.
See you later. Have a good stream, everyone. Have a good day at work.
They're always sick too. It's so nasty. They're actually like, I can't, like, if I'm watching them, like if I'm eating, I can't eat while I'm watching them because it's just all sound effects, nastiness, and then they'll just start talking about something repulsive in depth for so long, like, you know, like, ugh, just like their shit and their rashes and how stinky and poopy and how much Grace's pussy stinks. What the fuck? It's so bad.
Take on the pain.
What is this?
It's yours anyway. Get out, kid.
The difference here is they are broadcasting the exact content and not transforming it. Isn't that what the lawsuit is?
Well, anyway, there is inevitably going to be a gray.
What is this, another band fetish?
It's not like possession. This is mine.
I forgot I was even streaming on
Take
Kick.
it. This is yours. Fairly clear. Although you get into things like marital property and stuff, it gets super gray.
Yeah.
Everything has a gray area. But an idea, stealing an idea. If I talk about the Bible, do the people who publish the Bible have a right to?
Which is pretty rare considering that's supposed to be his whole jam. And the one time I asked Ben if he had read the Bible lately for comfort, he got like super triggered at me.
No, right?
Yeah.
Right.
No.
They are
Well,
always
no
like talking about how
owns
great,
the
like they literally will
teachings
talk
of
about
Jesus,
Satan in like
right?
flattering
Yeah.
terms.
Although the Catholic Church would say they have sort of ownership of the
I
interpretation.
guess I just don't have it in me, buddy.
Then I agree with that. So, what is the point of the laws? Like,
literally,
on the one
anyone
hand,
else, anything.
So on the one hand, you say like, okay, there's a thing of like, people shouldn't steal from other people. It's not fair. Although art is different in terms of stealing than
She has some
stealing
talent. She
my
has some
painting
personality.
that
She
I
has some competency. Like there isn't nothing there to work with. And that's why she pisses me off sometimes more than Ben. I always knew Ben was a monster, but with Grace, I didn't know that. There was big letdown there, you know? And then it just continues to be dropped further and further down. But if she could change her life, if she wanted to, and she could find support doing that, if she actually just like get the fuck away from this dude, get an apartment, get a job. Why do you think you're above like normal life? You fucking, that's what's princess about you, not you being willing to fuck Action Man for clout.
painted, boom, is one thing.
Yeah.
Stealing the style of my painting and making your own painting and selling it.
Yeah,
it depends.
I know what's going on with the bros.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
that's
you
much greater.
sitting there and making like a kind of almost exact replica of it, certainly using having my signature on that replica and then selling it. Okay.
Yeah, I considered her like, you know, we became something of friends and we got along. You know, there was just always this psychotic thing with her dad. And then obviously after, you know, that bridge was burned, she went totally apeshit on me. But in our interactions, we had never had any real issue. Like, we actually did get along. It was always been, though, you know. But now she's been, you know, she's really revealed a lot about her character. You can't get to know someone's character sometimes until you've seen them behave and act in different situations. They're always so like, well, like, Spicoli's a great guy, you know. I hung out with him in his car and he didn't even try to rape me. Like, what are these standards?
Yeah.
Stealing or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Stealing my identity.
That's the new plan. That's the new get rich plan.
Okay. But what's the impetus on the other side? Like, that's intention with what? Like, what is the other side?
No, I don't like sharing about myself online. That's crazy.
Why not?
Could never be me.
Just say like, yeah. Oh, that's negative.
Because
what's the counterpoint?
Exactly, and that's why
casting
a lot of women have reached out and offered her a place to stay to help her get on her feet. Yeah. But, and she also, there's a ton of people online who've left because of Ben, who, if they saw that she was actually changing, would come back and support that. But she doesn't believe that because she's totally brainwashed about reality. What's wrong with my freaking thing right now?
What are we trying to figure out? What behavior, right? So laws are about behaviors.
Mhm.
Whether a behavior is what?
Moral?
Well, no.
Hurting other people?
Yeah, well, yeah, in a sense, good or bad for society to allow. So it's not moral because, like, white lies are harmful, are immoral, but they're unpoliceable, really.
Yeah.
Right? It's not really. So it has to be kind of like enforceable and those kind of things.
Yeah.
But or like masturbation, like I don't think you can really argue that it's moral. Again, like you really want to have like
Be funny. Good content.
I still find a way to pity them, honestly. Because they're just sick. They're mentally ill. Yeah.
It doesn't like kind of catch fire. Like there's a masturbation crazy he's going.
Yeah, she just, I mean, in the comments, I don't know why it's not letting me highlight, but Virginia said, to me, she's already transcended her victimhood and become a full-on perpetrator by herself now. Look at how she rejoices when her and Ben pick on someone else. Yeah. Yeah. She's definitely crossed that line, but it's just, it's tricky because we've never, ever seen what she could be like on her own outside of his influence. And people saw some change even just when I had an influence on her, you know, and she was acting quite differently, you know. And I think she can be a good streamer. And like, I thought we did collaborate well together in that regard, but I don't know if you guys have seen this. Why am I cutting out so much? I don't know if you guys have seen this, but they have little ask thing on YouTube. So I'll ask it. I was like, oh, can you describe what we're watching? They're like, yes, we're watching an emotionally immature berate another person. What the fuck, dude? Why is my fucking internet suck dick?
Say there's a book that I wrote.
Yeah.
I wrote this book.
Yeah.
Okay, you stole the book. Okay. But if you take the words here and put them on another book, print them on another book, and you sell it, you haven't really stolen
Oh, yeah,
the book.
yeah, I saw that.
You know what I'm saying?
I see. The literal
It's not
item.
really a tangible thing. It's not a thing. Though it has. This is like talking to people about like.
Well, the thing is, she
with her
said too
time.
that during her debates, and this is annoying. I feel a little defrauded myself because, like, I was intrigued by Grace partially because I was someone who did some debating and she was somewhat in that sphere. So partially I was kind of impressed by, you know, her ability, even though I disagreed with her, like fundamentally on like most things. Oh, well. Speak of the devil. Speak of the devil. But they've talked about how Ben was texting her, like, what to say during the debate. And you see in this stream, or I don't know if it's a stream or another one, actually. he's telling her what to say. He just coaches her on what to say to people. And he's just beat her down so much, she doesn't even have the confidence to try to be a person on her own. And it's really sad. There's no market for incest. Even just in the stream, he slapped her ass. Like, and she's like, I'll never go to a gym. And it's like, okay, like, so you'll never try to be healthy or make yourself look visually better when part of your job is like, it's your visual. That's part of the effort you can put into streaming is like having a good visual. Wash your bodies. You stink. Look at Ben's forehead. He stank.
Time is a clock. You know what I mean? Like the second hand kicking. That's not what time is. But anyways, I'm gonna ask.
She could get a job at like a
so,
bookstore. It's
so
really like it's
laws
not that
are
bad.
meant to see what benefits society. That's enforceable. Like okay, so then what is the tension? On the one hand, we want people to steal from other people. We want work to be rewarded appropriately.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the other hand,
He wipe his own ass.
We don't want to discourage people from being creative, which obviously involves taking other people's ideas and melding them with your own.
Yes. Okay. Well. Okay.
Jesus.
Looks
so bad. It's hard to even
and
hear
artistic
the words.
movements have a flow.
Yeah.
In society, which if you constrict it too much, people were not.
They won't feel free to create.
No. I don't care about people.
I'm
never
been
Ben
worse.
Shapiro. Facts don't care about your fucking feelings. Okay? What I'm saying is it benefits society that ideas.
She's got the
are not
Neanderthal
constricted
brow.
too much,
Bitch. I could have
you can
fixed
riff
you.
off it and right, like so. Music,
I could have
for
fixed you,
example.
bitch. Quite literally.
I think there's some
Keep
website
trying to act
that
like you're
says,
mocking me,
for
but
every
you
musician,
ain't.
like here are the artists
But
which
you
influenced this artist, right? And they'll openly say, "I was influenced, influenced." Okay, anyone who says, no, "Hey, no, you know all those other F slurs,
Narcissism.
they're influenced by other artists.
Narcissistic
I'm
personality
just me.
disorder.
Don't put me in a box.
Everyone
I'm
is
me.
right.
Right? I'm me. I'm not influenced. Probably someone like Precious would do that. I will remember you. Instead of just saying, I was influenced by the Barney theme song, and that's all I listen to while I crank it to Lola cartoons. Is that what they're called?
They just like fan fiction about everyone in like the most depraved way and like write these grand narratives about their life, like as if they have any insight into anything when they can't even figure out how to wash their bodies. Yikes, dude.
Lolly cartoon.
Why?
My patients did a semi-apology to me over text if you want to read it.
Did one?
Gave me a semi-apology? I don't know, sent me a semi-apology.
Did he send me suck my dick?
I don't even know.
HFF just dropped bombs on Ruby. Oh, great.
No.
Hold up, we might have to check that out. I'm a little curious. Let's see. Also, everyone make sure you go watch Becky Boop. Go to the Becky Boop channel and watch the Queen Supreme. It's a million times better and more entertaining than anything coming out of the LCU. I will remember you. I don't see anything new, so if anyone has a link or anything, I would watch that. But
Can I read it to you just while we're on the topic?
No.
Okay.
0, baby. 0.
Nope.
So
You can't.
good artists copy, great artists steal. Pablo Picasso.
You know, Pablo Picasso is known as like this a great artist. Okay, and I think he was, but it's a little overplayed. You know, a little overhyped. By the end of his career, he would like sign napkins you know, and charge people a ton of money for them. But he did it so much they weren't very valuable.
Oh.
Like a Pablo Picasso signature.
Hell
even to this day,
yes.
It's not really worth that
Hell
much.
yes.
A Pablo Picasso work of art is. And he just exploited the fact, you know, but like, I think it's kind of funny about him. It's like,
yup.
Kind of a grifter.
well, it's not like he was lying to anyone. It's just like, okay, like I have this.
Comes
if
up
you have
often.
this- I don't think he
Often
tried
they
to
talk
cultivate
about it. It's
reputation
quite
as the greatest
gross.
artist of all time. And but like, why not just make
Yep.
money off it? You have to
Incest is
deal
legal
with it.
there. Even
You can't just
father-daughter.
sell napkins. Like, you know, you just take a shit and go here. Here's the toilet
Wild.
paper, $100.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or
Oh,
hire
snap.
someone to
How's
do that
patience,
yourself.
Sam? We'll check him out.
That's funny. I think that's kind of cool as an artist to say, like, I'm not like, you know, those artists who are like, I go out in the crowd and I sign everyone's stuff.
They
and
like
talk
people
to
covering them.
everyone.
People are like, oh, no,
And
no,
I sit there until,
no.
like,
They fuck off. They actually
after the
this is what they
concert,
live
it's like,
for.
why?
Negative
dude?
attention, the back
Why?
and forth. And
Why
I
do you
kind
have
of
so
get
much
it now that I've been
respect for
streaming for a
fans?
while.
Yeah.
Like, what's
A lot of them
there's
are
something?
just-
It's like the most personalized form of entertainment. Watching, like watching someone pick you apart, and like, yeah, it can be like triggering, but it can also just be interesting. They think I'm delusional. I think they're delusional. What are you gonna do?
Losers and crazies and psychos that are gonna like stalk you the rest of your life. Charge them a lot of fucking money. Weed out the losers. VIP. Yeah. Have a VIP meetup for $1,000 in the back. And you give them like a very small glass of high C. That you got the cheap powder on. You got the discount version of it. You have them sip it with you. To humiliate them and answer their questions vaguely and just say you're tired and then have security shoo them the fuck out of it. If they want to pay for it, fine. If they don't, then they're not true fans.
I've done it a couple times myself, but a lot of times I just can't watch. I just opt not to because I'm just gonna get triggered over something, and it's like I just don't really need that. And usually, if there's some like mega information about me that I want to hear, or someone like freaking out, it'll usually get through to me somehow.
Yeah,
through the grapevine.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be here without you guys. All right. Well, you are here, so fucking cares. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, are you here
Yes.
because you're a loser and want
Every Sunday at 7 p.m. or no, I'm sorry, every Friday around like 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we've been doing Ruvalo fundraisers, and I believe tomorrow, or not tomorrow, sorry, I'm so confused. I believe Friday, we are going to be on Lowe's channel, and then we're going to be on my channel. It's getting insanely close, and I keep forgetting to officially buy my plane ticket and bikini. That's the last things that I need, but I'm just a procrastinator with anything that makes sense. That's just how I roll. And for a while, I was like maybe tweaking the plans, maybe go see a family in Florida, but it's already going to be a lot just doing like a big trip, you know, so I don't want to overbook myself when I already struggle on a basic level. But it's fucking coming up, and I'm insanely excited. The only thing I'm worried about is it's like 100 degrees out here, and I'm feeling the heat, and I'm like, bro, that's going to be hard. But we could always do indoor stuff and then go out like at night. I don't mind heat like at night as much, but it's so annoying just like sweating. Dalmatian, I would love for you to call back in. I don't know why you left. Like a bitch.
a friend, or are you here to listen to my music? In which case, you just did. I just did my concert. So now what are we supposed to do? Become besties? All right. How about like, I'll do 100 of you $1,000, and it's 10 minutes. So I'll make $100,000, 10 minutes to like sit here and go, hey, oh, you're Bill. What are you doing here? Let's take a selfie, and then get the fuck out of here. I don't see why the artist has any obligation to do that in any other way, or just leave. You know, if you don't like, you don't owe these people like this.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, so the other point is yes, that you don't want to constrict the flow of ideas.
For what I saw of that interaction, it looked like Ava was discouraging him from doing that, but like she did say like if they actually doxed you, yes, that's against TOS and you can report it. You know, I'm not exactly sure what happened. I only tuned in for part of that stream, so I don't really have the full context, but we can also look into that. But yeah, if people are doxing him, don't do that, or doxing his wife or going after his wife. Like, this is why people warn you about the Thorps, because all of this bullshit happens. And then everyone's like, oh, I see now. And then the Thorps are like, oh, another one that hates us. We have no idea why. It's the lack of social skills. It's the lack of care for others. It's the lack of respect, lack of boundaries. Okay, well, then that's dumb. I don't know what to say. But, I don't know. I don't know what the rules are with that. Are they talking about reporting rejects? Because I like Dalmatian Dog, but I'm still concerned that it's just going to be like a backup Thorp channel, because OPC is not really strong on his word when it comes to them. Ruby has 1,000 more subs than the Thorps. Yeah. The numbers have been slowly but surely going up, and I've put a lot more effort into the channel and into content, being consistent and collaborating and connecting with other creators and not burning every bridge. Like, it's a them thing. Me, Lo, and Ava all collaborate with no issue. It's like, it's something going on over there. And Grace is always like, just women are so threatened by my like beauty. No, it's because you treat people horribly. That's why. It's the way you act. It's the words you say. It's the way when you meet people, you instantly ask about their deepest, darkest things, then use it against them instantly. That's so socially bizarre. But that's all Grace has ever known. This is her only IRL interaction is with Daddy. So.
And because we're a society after all, and art is something which is a group effort, even though a lot of artists claim that they're unique or whatever. But of course, there are derivative artists, which is a degraded form of art.
Thorp me by filming my house when I wasn't home, so.
I don't know, making it into like Christian rock.
Routinely say my legal name, talk about my family's legal case.
But then there's like literally copying art and passing it off as your own. And then there's all sorts of areas in between.
Yeah.
So now here's like added to that, and that's generally been worked out pretty well. So a copyright lasts, I think, 70 years on an original artwork. Why doesn't it last forever, Grace?
666 Writer is a mod in Thorp chat. And I think that's why he's like always going around just like, I don't know, I guess trying to get Grace's attention by talking about Ruby. Because we all know that I'm the true object of Grace's affections. Let's be real.
Because the copyright is to protect other people from making money off of that. And after 70 years, it's assumed that the person is going to be old or dead.
No, that's
it was already pretty. We had like 119, and then we got
because
there's
such a thing as a person, like a human person, and then they're like,
yeah, he's always talking about
corporate
YouTube star.
So, for example, a lot of Walt Disney's stuff has come into the public domain. Disney still exists, which is really the person in the eyes of the law who created that stuff. So it's not about saying, well, that.
Thoughts on Eva helping Minar mass flag rejects after falsely accusing me of doing it. Did that happen? Did something come of that? I did recall that Minar was upset that DDog was looking at his Facebook. I don't know. I don't really know. It seems like kind of like murky ethical territory that I'm not really sure what to make of because I don't have all the facts or context yet. But I don't know. Pulling up his Facebook, like why would they be doing that? You know. But at the same time, his channel is his name. Like I use an alias, so it's kind of annoying, you know. Well, I don't care. My docs is out there. It's already everything that can be done. All you have to do is Google me and find out that I was an active community member, did, you know, a lot of different community projects, and some local news articles about my music. unlike when you Google these freaks. So you're just kind of exposing that I'm a fairly well-behaved person.
I think it's probably dead now. It's about saying,
yes. All right, then that's fucked. But I don't think Ava is usually pretty light about flagging stuff. And I don't know if she knew this. Like, I wouldn't necessarily run to have like the worst intent. Like, why do you think? I don't know. I don't think she wants anyone. And also, I don't think anyone was encouraged to flag. I just recall her saying how to report something if he was doxxed. That's that. And I don't know what info he already had out there. I don't know if Eva knew that, but she's not usually one to like rush to like false report people.
That you have a limited right to benefit. I mean, that's true of also like inventions. Limited. You have a limited right to have like kind of exclusive to profit exclusively off of this. Jeez. Then it goes into the public domain so that becomes a contribution that all of society shares. Because if I said like, hey, I made the wheel, I'm going to make money off of this forever. Like, okay, like everyone should be able to make a wheel at a certain point.
I see.
So that the society can have wheels. Because I can charge whatever I want for the wheel, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's saying like, if you made a huge contribution, you should personally contribute. But then that contribution shouldn't be like the whole society owes you forever. You know, you make your money and then it becomes okay. So even like pills.
Oh, this is something I was looking to reference, because it's like truly, if you're chasing after like riches, everyone is chasing after fulfillment, and it's an illusion. People chase illusions of what would be truly fulfilling, which is to love and to be loved on this planet. That is the most precious thing and the most noble driving force of humanity. So this is from Kierkegaard. It said, no, like worldly contempt, worldly honor is a whirlpool, a play of confused forces, an illusory moment in the flux of opinions. And this also made me think of like when you're streaming and being interpreted and misinterpreted and sensationalized. It's on a big way not personal. If people are using you as like a standing point to reference other things and to project their own desires and fears onto you as like a narrative. It is a sense deception, as when a swarm of insects at a distance seems to the eye like one body. A sense deception, as when the noise of many at a distance seems to the ear like a single voice. Contempt, honor, they're both very dangerous.
Gazillion dollars to develop a pill. It's a good pill. They can charge more money for it and have an exclusive right to it. And then you're allowed to make generics of it, because obviously we want medicine available to everyone, not just wealthy people or not just wealthy countries.
Yeah, exactly. Like what did the Thorps do all day? Treat people badly in hopes of making a quick buck. That's their business model, is fuck you and fuck each other and fuck myself. It's just hate.
I can't do this forever.
Okay.
So the question here is,
so
in addition to that, you have another issue going on here on the internet, which is what I call the Wild West problem, which is a new culture which kind of like goes under the radar, you know, like skateboard culture or rap culture or like weed culture at its beginning, or any like kratom culture for a while. You know, it's unregulated. If something is new, salvia, isn't there something like that? Okay, so it's like salvia. Okay, like this kind of weird, you know, like any of this kind of stuff should be largely unregulated. It's just the kids are doing it, whatever, right? In Rhode Island, there was I don't know if you call it a scandal. They had these like Dominican markets had these little unmarked packets that people were using as deodorant. It was almost pure lead powder, which actually is a remarkably good deodorant. But kids were getting, or people were getting like massively poisoned, because your armpit pores are very open.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit like snorting coke, except I don't know if any drug is taken through the armpit, but it's a little bit like a suppository too, because it goes right into your system.
Yeah, I can see
So
that.
anyways, no one really cares what Dominicans and their bodegas are doing, because like it's Dominicans doing Dominican stuff. No one's going there thinking like, oh, the FDA has totally approved everything in here, especially since some unmarked white packet, right?
Yeah.
HO and Dominicana. But in this case, all right, so then you start getting people to go to the hospital, and it's like something funny is going on. They've investigated these lead packets. No one's real fault, you know.
Yeah.
It's not like narco lead people.
Right.
I doubt it. You know, these packets probably made for industrial use and somehow, whatever, they got rerouted and sold as armpit deodorant, whatever. Okay. So, anyways, but largely the idea is like there are unregulated markets that are small startup type shit, right? Nobody really cares that we actually experience that in what aspect?
Ew, Ben. What? He really does see himself as like this like action figure. Like I'm just this rugged truth teller, and like where I'm just too ahead of my time, and like everyone's jealous, and like I'm just so sexy. Like look at my nipple and my cross. And Grace, why don't you go fuck Action Man? What are you, a princess? Grace, why do you read the fucking Bible, you confused whore? Holy shit. Please don't cross that barrier. Please. Even as a drug addict, I didn't do that. Please don't go that route. Please.
We get away with violating copyright, usually in terms of
music.
Yeah. And
I'm not mass reporting anyway.
What do you mean
What
we
the
get
fuck
away
are we
with it?
talking about, dude?
well, every like song and every album
and brain
says
broken.
like copyrighted material, right? BMI, ASCAP, all this kind of stuff, right?
Yeah. I mean, we get copyright.
And I know they have a way of capturing it or something like that, but
Yeah.
I think on Kick they don't have a way of doing that.
Kick, no.
Right. So okay, so let's just say the Kick, what we do on Kick, we watch.
I know they really thought they were going to be like Jordan and Michaela, but no, maybe Jordan and Michaela in a really bad, like, incest gore porn where the daughter gets beat and raped.
Videos, play music that artists made. We make money off
Dude,
of it. They don't
someone
get
sent me
a
that
piece
clip.
of the
Yeah,
pie
I saw
because
that.
it's too small of a pie for them to care at this
Yeah, it's
point.
so
At
dumb.
some point, they could sue Kick.
Because these
like,
idiots, it's an
BMI,
alliance
ASCAP,
of
you know what I'm
evil
saying? So they represent,
idiots.
because this is the problem with
Like,
individuals.
it's an alliance of necessity because there's nobody else.
If BMI or ASCAP didn't exist, and you know what those are?
Yeah, she's going to
No
get
idea.
burnt.
They're like umbrella, and they actually combine. So they represent. So a radio station plays a song on a radio somewhere.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And it's whatever. Kenny Loggins, Footloose. Okay. Are they going to write a check to Kenny Loggins for like 3 cents for his royalties? And is Kenny Loggins' manager going to be like, okay, I heard it again. Okay. It's crazy to think. It's crazy to imagine you can keep track of all that. So what they do is
So bad.
these umbrella company like BMI ASCAP represents almost all artists.
Mm-hmm.
So the radio station has a contract with BMI.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can play
Very
all
weird.
of these artists, and then BMI factors it all and sends the checks to them.
I
You see what I'm
understand
saying?
that,
You
yeah.
need a middleman like
Yeah,
that.
I missed a lot of that too. We
But
can check
BMI
it out.
ASCAP
Someone has
actually
a
tried
link in
to
timestamps.
sue a Girl Scouts for singing "Happy Birthday" to you
That's not a good one.
at like the Girl Scout or something like at a birthday party. Okay.
Yeah.
So it can get crazy, but that is a song that was written by someone. It's not like it's not just like a traditional folk melody.
Right.
But the point is, at what point and how does something which is kind of spontaneous or low level does it become something that which is like mainstream culture, and you have enforcement mechanisms and payments and kind of stuff like this?
Mm-hmm.
And can that happen by individuals doing that? We've had the same thing. Like slander is largely unregulated.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It is illegal, but like YouTube doesn't really arbitrate.
Dude, yeah, I think
slander.
we need
Is
to.
that is there any evidence? But you have a degraded culture.
Yeah.
You don't really have in pubs. You don't really have slander. So I need to step in. There needs to be a mechanism to get rid of you, because you're going to chase all the women out of here, which is also going to chase all the men out of here, and it's just going to be you sitting here with your dick in your hands, going, "I don't get it." Right? So you go.
Yeah.
Go get out of here. But if it's two guys talking shit, that might be seen as cool. Like, I do this best a place with banditos to being.
I want to see when they're talking about action, man. I don't know what that is.
I don't have.
They all like we don't want to play. We don't want to encourage places for like violence to take place, forums for violence to take place. And if this happens too much, it may not be your fault in a certain way, because you just happen to be a tough judge. He's known as a hanging judge, which means like, you know,
oh my God,
like
this guy
don't
can
have
ramble.
facilities really, right?
Yeah.
Like, so you've seen how hard it's perfect, because they want to hear about what you think and feel. I don't. And so by the time I get back in, we'll see how that goes.
Sounds great.
What a piece of shit.
Look at my eyes. I said from the first, I'm going full Keith Richards
You're
mode.
cooked.
Gotta go.
You need a cigarette hanging out of your mouth.
Ew.
Yeah, I don't really think he meant like. I don't really think.
Thank
at
you
that
for
point
joining.
he was, like,
Amateur
thinking that I was
snake.
gonna do it, because
Boom. Boom. Thank you, Amateur Snake. Said Ruby is the GOAT of bad bitches. Ain't that the truth? And we also got a little dono action. Thank you. Thank you. Always appreciated. Welcome to the revolution, baby. It will be televised on YouTube. What's up, Dancing on the Sun? I'm going to ship out your hat today. I'm bringing it to work with me. I'm going to go to the post office. No more procrastinating.
if you say something like that and you just say like it's basically an exchange of clout for sex. I don't know if any girl would take you up on that offer, just like out the gate. Just like, I would have to be a total whore to say, okay, yeah, that sounds good. Like, I get that it's a transaction, but you shouldn't, like, you really have no hope of getting pussy at that point. So I don't know why he said it exactly, but it's kind of depressing. Not gonna lie. I appreciate the honesty, but
ugh. He thinks he looks good.
Welcome
So
back. Can I
confused.
go have a smoke break? I'm dying.
Yikes. That's why alcohol
Get
makes you
out,
fat. I
kid.
got fat when I was an
Get out,
alcoholic.
kid. I only had that last cigarette.
Do you have the RV key? It's stinky. Sorry, I can't stop.
Bro, that RV, I can only fucking imagine.
Empty. Fuck off.
RV key.
I'm keeping the lighter.
Bitch.
All right. So what was Grace telling you dirty stories? Because she has a dirty story.
Guys, remind me, I have to leave
There
in
you
like
go. I like it when
40
you
minutes.
have to root through my pockets.
At like 3:55 my time.
Pocket. Pocket. Yeah. What did she say? Yes, meeting a streamer. You know, it's interesting. If this guy's gonna fly her out, and she didn't tell you who it was, right? Do you want to know who it is? Do you want to know? I forgot his fucking name. He's Ice Poseidon's buddy. Who is it? Say it. Say the name, and I'll confirm it. Big guy. Not as big as Ice Poseidon, but
I know.
Action,
I
yeah.
gotta get back on Seltzer. It's so much better.
That's who it is. So,
All right, let me speed it up a little.
he's like, I'll fly you out, take you to dinner. We'll do some streaming, get drunk. And then, the way it works usually is, we'll
Yeah,
end the
right.
night
It's
in,
it's always
intimacy.
like that,
It's
and
not
like
intimate
weird,
at all.
weird.
Now, why
gross stuff.
not take him up on that offer? He's not the type that's going to,
Obsessed with the gay stuff.
force someone. Why not do it for the opportunity to stream? And then just say, thank you. I understand your intention is this, but no one's going to say like, this is like a contract for prostitution. She's welcome to say like, that's what you want to do, but I'm not going to do that. But I would do it if, you were able to convince me to do it. Like, isn't that like fair? I'm never telling you a secret again, Dad. Good. I don't want to hear about your private sexual life unless you want me to chime in on it. Yeah. I mean, he was kind of honest about the way he sees it going, but he's not saying like you got to sign a contract. I think he understands that like it's sort of an understanding, but you don't have to honor the understanding. What's the downside? If he shoots his shot and he fails, how does that negative for her? Thorp 2, Ben, would you be willing to be Lalo's first man? Well, I mean, it depends what you mean. It's on brand, to be fair. Sleeping with that guy is the downside. Well, I mean, sure. What depends what you mean sleeping. I'm sure she would be fine to sleep with him, and he could say, I slept with Grace Thorp. Like, I sleep with Grace Thorp. You know what I mean? And he can play it that way, but I don't think the guy probably even really cares, obviously. He just wants validation, so he can say I slept with Grace Thorp. I don't mind if he says I slept with Grace Thorp. And she can choose to clarify that or not. How does it work for her that he says that? Because, okay, so she doesn't sleep with her dad in that sense. She's open to other, whatever.
They're really considering. This is
right?
So sad.
He didn't just sleep with her. He'd take her virginity. Well, you can't take something unless someone gives it to you. There are people who would take it anyways, but he's not one of them. So he can get this. I think is what's going on with Iran, Israel, in the U.S. Everyone is going to say we did it. Israel says
we
we
get
took out
it. You're Palestine. You're the ultimate
so
victim.
Everyone wins, and really, there's not a lot of death and destruction. That's how these wars are going to go from now on. It's just we have this is the new international order. It's just trolling and bullshit, and I love that. We don't have to worry about it. Israel's not going to send boots on the ground because they get their asses handed to them. America's not going to send boots on the ground because we'd get our asses handed to us. Iran on its own sovereign soil
they only
would defeat
interact
both
with
the
each
U.S.
other.
and Israel with all of their arms
and
and
the internet and the weird aspects of
they take
the
a huge
internet.
loss, but they're not going to get defeated because it's
been
proven now. Vietnam, Algeria, there has not been an imperial war which an empire has won. Soviets didn't win in Afghanistan. It's not doable. And people know that. So why not just fake it? It's all just a fake. And I love that. No one's using nukes. And, in the Ukraine bit, it's called AC7 roster is a very select.
I want to see the chat too.
Who loses?
Chat disabled. Fuck. I think because it was too recent.
Was Grace the one getting her dick sucked in that Destiny video?
Sometimes it takes a while for the live chat to upload. I don't think they disabled it.
So as long as he doesn't say more than I slept with Grace Thorp, then she'd be okay with it. Daddy, what are you going to do if I go to Florida? What do you mean Florida? Is he in Florida?
Absolutely not. It's so dumb. I just can't believe he's just pushing her towards prostitution straight up. He's just easing her into it. This is
It's the least Grace could do for men. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I mean, you're gonna get a bump in views. Grace is a great IRL streamer. She wants to keep that career going. So who cares what I do? I can hang around in Florida with you or hang out up here. I don't know why anyone would go to Florida this time of year, but get me a hotel room with air conditioning.
I know.
I'll be happy with Taco Bell.
Their stamp of approval is bad.
It kind of seems a little
The
princess
scarlet
to say
letter.
I wouldn't do that. Anyways,
They're so deluded, and the internet creates.
She said she wants
the internet creates these deluded people, like people who are cluster B and susceptible, and like borderlines. They are literally susceptible to be living in a fantasy, and like they really can just misconstrue that reality and be like, "Wow, millions of people have like seen us, and that like means something." Like, and so many people have said that like we just have it. Like, it just, it's so.
is to like lose her virginity to a streamer.
This is why online fame, it's so fucking worthless. It's so worthless. What a worthless aspiration. Like, what a worthless, fleeting fucking aspiration he's pushing her towards and mocking me for working and getting an education. That's the messaging he's giving to his fucking daughter. And she's going to fail so fucking hard for the rest of her life because of this dickwad. It's sad.
So it's
fucking
virginity. It's not
sad.
really virginity. No one really knows. You're not going to stream having sex with a guy, but if he wants to intimate he had sex with you and you don't like clear those intimations up, who loses? I have no money.
Yeah, why not give away the last tiny bit of
Well,
shred of dignity you have? What could you lose?
Right.
You already lost everything. You're already worthless. Don't you owe me, bitch?
I mean, these guys actually don't want to have sex with females. I think largely like these kind of frat boys just want to have the notch in their belt. They're thinking about what they're going to tell the bros afterwards. They're kind of gay in that sense. Their sexuality is oriented towards males. So if you go, hey, you don't really want to perform, like, you know, can you imagine?
Ben strikes gay gold.
Seemed interested. I made my.
Yeah.
I guess I made a gay proposition.
Hmm.
I propositioned him for a gay encounter, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I told him about you guys. How you're not
Naughty,
politically
naughty.
correct. And he's like, oh, that's fine. I get it. I told him about Lalo. I told him about Maxer.
I'm just confused.
And he seemed into it. But then again, he was so polite that he may.
Hard to tell.
So dumb. But
Well,
he
didn't
needs
strike
her
me
to
as, like,
be
a super
low
wealthy
for him
guy.
to
He's
leech
just
off her, I
$2
guess.
No.
It's just so
Nor did
fucking
he strike
annoying
me
that
as
she
a
really
guy who,
can't get out of this loop. It's so fucking annoying.
was super defensive. about
Watch
having
someone
these
just
conversations.
waste
Like, whatever he went through, he
away
processed.
and
He's been
shrivel for this
pretty chill about it. For a
dickwad and
while.
his little
Yeah.
fantasies.
Not like
Not gonna get rich
uncomfortable
quick,
talking
you
about, which I
idiots.
understand some
Go
people
get a
can be.
fucking
It'd be
job.
perfect.
Shower.
Right here.
Right down the road.
So I'm here. He's there. Grace is, you know,
Chilling on the
letting
bike
us
path.
have our way with each other,
Mm-hmm.
and could be really fun. Now, what's the going rate for 2 hours?
Yeah,
of
it's
dating?
disgusting.
$20. Might be a good deal.
That is a good deal.
But people do that because
And
they're
he's a-
impressed by internet fame. They think it is something when it just really isn't.
He's a
It's an
drag
illusion.
queen clown.
Drag clown.
A drag clown, not a drag queen.
Yeah.
So he's a female clown when presents himself professionally. Right?
Yes.
Which is odd because, again, that's very liminal. Like, we understand dudes, we understand women. We can kind of wrap our brain a little bit around gay, but drag queen.
True.
It's kind of old school, really. But then you add drag queen
True.
clown.
Depressing.
Which I don't know, is he clowning on drag queenness or. And that also contains the like. Oh, what about the kids, right? I guess. Does he do like birthday parties?
Pathetic.
Let me see.
So pathetic.
I don't think so.
It's not. That's not. He's not youth oriented.
No, it's like for drag shows and stuff like that.
Okay.
You know, burlesque, that kind of thing.
Oh, I need my sensory animal.
It's like a different brand of drag queen. But I don't really understand that because the makeup of a clown and the makeup of a drag queen are very different.
Actually,
And
that's
clowns
not
are
quite
largely
true.
asexual, and there really are no female clowns.
Yeah, but drag queens, it is kind of a form of clown makeup.
Yes.
It's exaggerated makeup, so
True.
it's not that big of a bridge.
No female
wouldn't you say, like,
clowns.
it's redundant to say I'm like drag clown because they all are.
In a way, but like he's doing clown type drag. But I'm just saying drag makeup in and of itself is not that different from clown makeup in the sense that it's exaggerated. You know what I mean?
Well, does he have any material we can promo? Does he have any reels or anything?
He does. Let me see.
Would that'd be
here.
okay, wouldn't it? He's on social media.
Yeah, it's not like a private.
I know. It's like, what do you even? It's just derails. Takes you all over on these dumb rants. You're so annoying.
So he's on Instagram. With a
He would hold anyone as a
following? I mean,
captive
he does this
audience. Anyone
professionally, right?
walking by. Oh my god.
He does this for money, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's Pride Month and everything. So yeah.
All right. Let's see here.
I think Grace is a straight trans man.
I mean, she might just be a repressed gay. Like, I don't know, dude. She just probably needs to get away from her
There's only
psychotically
been-
abusive, sadistic father who's explaining
Well,
her,
we only got a few
encouraging
days
her to
left,
fuck
Jane.
Action Man. They're very clown
Forgot
ignorant.
password.
They're ignorant of my people. Can we get some Ruby clowns in the chat? So this before, I believe that a lot of people who have narcissistic personality disorder are autosexual. They're literally attracted to themselves, which is kind of gay because that means you're being attracted to something that is the same sex. So it's not a big leap to go homosexual. There's a lot. This is very common. Look up Sam Backman. He's done a lot of content pertaining like directly to this.
I got a text.
And it's always on the nose. It really helps you understand these people. Dude, I don't know how crazy. No wonder she's a Looney Tune. Holy shit.
Okay, this is confusing. What the hell is my password? Let me look on password.
Bro, can I fast forward this live?
Yeah, no.
It's to look like a man who's doing an exaggerated version of a woman, right? So for me to be 6'8" and a drag queen would be kind of very queenish.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it would be.
Moon Children says I'm big in the drag.
Yeah, he does that. It's psychopathic humming. It's scary. That's when you know it's gonna get bad.
Been in drag with the internet cold. Yeah, and I can get on whatever podcast finally.
Yes.
RuPaul was really tall too. Yeah, I had that feeling. Plus with heels. I don't think being a drag queen is a humiliation ritual for a man.
Do you think?
No, but
I don't think
usually
you
the
have
guys
to be
involved
gay.
are gay.
I don't think you have to be gay to be a drag queen.
They're so obsessed with gay because they are gay, and it's so
Are all
dumb.
drag
You don't
queens
have to
gay?
be, of course, but most of them are.
Yes. Well, but why would you say of course? I'm not saying they.
I've never
check.
heard of a straight drag queen.
Well, you ever heard? You seen the movie?
Also, my family has offered, and this offer still stands, that we would, if Grace wanted to actually get away from Ben, we would pay for her to go into like a facility and do some kind of like 30-day like therapeutic program. You know, we stand by that. So if she ever really, really wants help, that is there.
Get hot.
Yeah. But that's not really drag. That's being a transvestite. Login info. Password.
Oh, can we watch
Right.
Mm-hmm.
the there's a clip on like Wide World of Sports from the 80s
Okay.
of a man dressed up as a woman doing a gymnastics routine as entertainment. Remember that?
No.
I tried several times to get that bitch out of the RV, and she like melted down crying. You don't know what happened behind the scenes,
Wide
dude.
World of
So
Sports.
I think it was Wild World of Sports, but it was like some mainstream show where they had a guy.
oh, of
was,
course, but
ma-
whatever her public persona is, that she's like, oh, that's so fun. And, like, in reality, that exists not as like an on-stream thing, but as like an off-stream thing. But of course, yeah, she has this persona, like, I'm just so happy and like beautiful, and like everyone's just jealous of my dad. Like, it's not real. And the facade, she didn't have the energy to keep up this fake persona because it's exhausting.
man doing woman's routine, dressed as a woman. So it was like a joke, right?
Yeah.
You keep saying why.
Well, the offer stands at a nice place like Silver Hills.
Oh,
Look it up.
Gymnast dressed as
Male, yeah, that's that.
this one?
Yes, 1983. Okay, watch
He thinks
this.
he's literally the voice of God,
This is
so.
a mind fuck, okay? This is Paul Hunt as Paulina, the female gymnast.
Okay.
Bro. Not everything happened on stream, you idiot. I made multiple attempts to try to get through to her. Even like the day when she was hiding on my porch and her face had looked like it had just gotten fucked up. It was all like light green and just starting to swell that day. And I asked her what I ended my stream that I was doing, and I asked her like what happened to your eye, and she denied it. And then Ben drove by, we went in the RV, got to a McDonald's, and Ben was waiting in the car, and I approached her again and I said, I will order an Uber for us out of here like right now. And she was like, no, we fight, it's not that big of a deal. And even talking to her after the fact, she texted me and admitted he was rough. But to this day, they keep mocking and saying like, oh, the fake black eye, the fake black eye. Like, yeah, I said black eye is like a term, not like a movie, like special, like, whoa, crazy. But she had just gotten hit in the face. He's hit her on camera multiple times. They talk about physical correction, and they've even loosely admitted to it. So it's like, I don't know who the lie is for at this point. Like, I know, they know.
It's only coming in on one.
That's just their audio.
I tried to my own detriment, associating with these people to my detriment. Well, I can't say that's actually not fair. It hasn't been fully detriment because obviously I met some awesome people like Ava through their community, and it's been like definitely they're the villain to my protagonist story, and they see it that way too, and it does add tension that keeps people captivated. So I can see it's not 100% bad, but ultimately they have done a lot to try to fuck with my life, even so recently threatening to call methadone clinics to get me kicked out of my program. And they were chanting for me to go relapse. Like, these are not like, the issue is you guys and how you treat people. Like, they think they're like the cool bullies in school. Like, yeah, we're the jock and the cheerleader of boy. And it's like, no, you're Ed Kemper and Eileen Wuornos. Like, get a grip. Except like uglier and dirtier.
So this guy actually is a gymnast. He knows how to do the routines.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, I don't know why they need to like lie so much about that specific instance. Thank you. I appreciate that. I did try. Yeah, and they say they're doing the Lord's work. There's nothing. Like, that's how you know Grace had never opened that fucking book in her life. What the fuck is this? What? I don't know. I don't know if I can do this. I just don't know if I can do that. Let's go back to the other video because that's so boring. And I want to see the cringe.
I'm the worst.
Good morning, everyone.
Protester because they
I want to hear
didn't want to
Ben
admit
talking
what
about how
Steven
it's
was
a good idea to
describing
go
extemporaneously.
fuck for clout.
What do you not find appealing about it? Just out of
Her
curiosity.
thighs are enormous. I mean, I also don't think that fits her very well. It looks crazy. It looks like a black. If you were to take belly down, it looks like a black weightlifter's body. You know, like a bodybuilder almost, without the striation, but it's like, you know, without the musculature.
It's just wild that she really can just be in this false reality so hardcore.
All right, wait. I'm trying to find a picture of her body. It's mostly bikini.
I'll pray for anyone. So.
Good picture.
I pray for these fuckers.
Most of that tattoos to me look just awful. The boobs are fake. You're saying?
Yeah, like she's open about it. Like her boobs are completely fake.
Keep coping. Like they're not really hot. It's fake.
Incels.
I'm a
are
real
gayer
woman. Like, if you don't like good little
men,
curve,
so
you're
they
not a
like
real
women
man.
to look like men because they would find that easier. Cheap couch. So, right. So, but yeah.
Is those much smaller lips?
So we found a little place to sleep right on the water, so at least we get the cool breezes of the water.
I think they're sleeping in that studio. If it has AC, they're sleeping in that studio.
It's still
but whatever. I
and
don't
the sun hits in the morning. Damn.
That's how someone else got doxxed for even saying that. They don't care. They just lie.
Yes.
They believe it.
Bob, I don't care. I don't care if you think that I'm 5'10". I don't know, 5'2". Doesn't matter to me.
Well, then why do you feel the need to tell him?
Really? Really? You're not even that far up in Maine. I can't believe that. It's got to be really hot there.
He knows nothing about anything. He just thinks he has like these godly instincts, even though they fail.
Iron Lotus, that's true.
Everything.
I don't know why you're.
He's gone hot, like just burned through everything. Failure.
Oh, here it is. I wish I lived in the northeastern summers. Yeah, it's the place to be. It's the place to be.
There's no way they're sleeping in that RV. They're sleeping. Oh, I've seen.
All right, so we lost. We lost the counterpoints thing. I don't know. Did we lose it?
The government.
dude. I would agree that your influence would actually affect people's behavior more so than some random person.
No, it's not. It's about the expectation of like behavior or what would be proper. So if I was an elected official and I was working in the executive branch, it means something a lot different for me to say I hate this judge than if I was just like a pundit and I was like I hate this judge. Right. Those are so you can have a totally different standard expectation of behavior regardless of how many people you influence or not, just based on the role that you occupy.
Yeah. Well, I get you there, but like my point is that I think
I do this thing to make like green iced tea where I'll just get like a pot or like a pan or something, throw like 4 tea bags in there, hot water, and then I just put it in the freezer. So as it's like steeping, it's cooling off. And then eventually it's just cold, good iced green tea. And it has a lot of antioxidants and caffeine, but also L-theanine, which helps balance out the like more caffeinated aspect. Yummy. That's destiny? No. Yet another sex test. The things Ben says remind me of what 2 men would talk about. Not his own daughter. It's creepy, in my opinion. Yeah. It's like they just do everything wrong, and it's like for maximum alienation. Like, don't even take it personally if they hate on you, because they hate everyone and everything. They just embody hate online and want to stoke others to be hateful and desperate like them so that they can be less alone. Oh my God. Chris Farley is a motivational speaker who lives down by the river. Oh, I know, it's like quite literally they are the joke. Yeah, if she doesn't look enthused enough, she's gonna. But if she doesn't look enthused enough, she's gonna get beat.
You have way more influence than the vast majority of politicians, so that's why I'm saying. Couple things.
Okay.
Oh,
what I mean by that?
Sad man.
Not incredibly annoying.
Yeesh.
Tougher.
Visuals just brutal.
And they'd have to be on the internet. Well, they wouldn't have to be, but they'd have to be willing to be on it.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
I can't find one. Manar was my last shot. But if you want to put out the invite, let's see if we can find anyone.
Yeah, you've alienated everyone through your words and actions. This is
really
why
get
you're
anything
in this
going with
position.
you.
Please know that. Please, like, really
I
know
don't
that.
find reacting to content interesting. It's like
I
boring,
actually
you know
think
what I mean?
people just
About
envy and
myself.
attack.
Yeah.
This.
No, I get that.
These repulsive
get that.
people.
So
in every way, morally, visually, the things they put in the world is hate, gross, incest, degenerate racism, every bad thing, anti-Semitism, or yeah.
Welcome, my good friend. Is baby Netanyahu serious?
So
maybe. Open panel.
Zelensky is losing the war. Is that correct? Well, I really.
Earsheimer quote.
God, they need to brush their teeth too. They don't do anything. So sad.
Get away from here.
Jowls.
That's not a serious
Karma's
argument.
A bitch. Karma is a bitch.
All
right. All right. Now let's watch the craziest visual ever. Oh my. The way Minar streams is so crazy. Look at this. He always has like 8,000 different boxes. It's actually wild. I'm genuinely worried about murder-suicide because it's just...
Hormaxer is the only co-host that could handle kings.
Minar is kind of cute though. He's kind of a cute.
Exposed.
I don't
Who
usually
is
like
that, by the way?
It's totally psychotic.
It'll be alright. Gotta get away from here.
Ben.
We've got to
Ava
Ava dropping
dropping
in a Muslim plug into a Discord call.
She has an apartment. She literally would rather
Don't
rot
listen
in
to
this
Ben.
like
He
illegal
has
living situation with her
erectile
dad.
dysfunction and only eats his own poop.
So pathetic.
Yeah, dude.
Like she's becoming an old woman.
It's a show for the swords.
So
not that
gross.
she's true. Grace, how's it going on Discord? Is anything happening over there?
Literally.
Chlamydia Harris says, "Hey,
Dude,
Ben,
are you serious?
Grace, what y'all
All
been
right,
up to?"
let's see what they're doing. They were
We're
reacting to random
enjoying-
drag shows when I watched. Let's hear them roast your objectively better life
Do you know what I
because
mean?
of
So I think that-
interracial sex. Slam dunk.
I mean, because I think a guy like him could help a lot
So
of women
dumb.
like
Could not
this.
ask for better haters. They're so
Chill
hateable.
a little bit about the homophobia.
Yeah.
Guys, let's chill on the homophobia.
Guys, please chill with the ad hominem attacks.
Grace, let's take a break. Is there
Okay.
anything sweet to eat, like an ice cream?
Dude,
I
sandwich?
have
these
a
kids are
chocolate chip
hopeless, dude.
Yes.
All right, bye guys.
Bye, guys.
What
you should
the
recognize
fuck?
the hierarchy a little more, like, but it's hard to do.
Mm-hmm.
So
Not
sad.
everyone has a right to speak equally.
So
in my
sad.
opinion.
Right.
Do you know what I think it is? Is they get all of their strength and feeling good about themselves by feeling superior to other people. And they thought I would be an easy target to just flick off. They dangled money in my face. They tried to manipulate me in every which way. And I resisted it, you know, by the grace of God, hallelujah. But it's like they never really had much to offer me, you know, and luckily I'm a bit older, you know. But seriously, I was like fairly naive to how bad intentioned people could be. They just came back 20 minutes ago. Like, but so what I was gonna say is they need to feel above someone. And now that me and Ava are consistently pulling better reviews than them, they just can't deal with that. Like they need to be above in order to feel like they have some confidence or like some motivation. Because they're all of their like worth is externally. Like they have nothing internal to like go off of. They have no love to sustain them, you know. It's just confused as fuck. Seriously, Rubyland is gonna be so boring to them because there's gonna be no drama and no Dalmatian. Yeah, and the only thing that interests them is hate and stoking other people to be hateful. And they're trying every which way to get anyone to fuck with our trip, and it's just so sad. Look at the big old homeless fucking bipolar incest dad and his fat retard, weirdly shaped fucking sick amoral daughter. Yeah, why do you review 3 more attractive women going on vacation? You're really gonna own us. It's just never been worse. It's never been worse. Dude, it's so bad. I never even asked for this war. She was the one who wanted to stoke a war. Because I think they just literally thought of me as just like, oh, she's an insane junkie, you know? Like, because they're just so blinded by, you know, true things about me. Yeah, that's true. But, like, they just go off of, like, loose stereotypes and, like, projections of their own weird reality. They completely misread me entirely. They're like, and Ava too, they just assign these like totally bizarro but it's just never been worse. It's never been worse. It's never been worse. Jeez, you're so retarded. They're still making content and they will never ever stop. Yeah, all this like, oh, they're retiring. They threaten to retire all the time. It's just another desperate ploy to get viewership. That's how bad it is. But they refuse to do what everyone has told them to do from the start. That's a non-option. So they're committed to tank together. They're committed to be homeless together and just be another like shitty kind of IP 2 alcoholic father-daughter incest duo car streamers. The haters, they're envious. They're envious. It's never been worse. Why? Why do you feel the need to post this even? Like, and that's for me. I overshare to the max, but like, yeah, you don't wash your body. You have rashes. You're disgusting. bro. All right. Well, I have like maybe another like 8 minutes left. And Ava, if you go live earlier, I can raid you. I set this to raid to your thing anyway, but I need to go to work soon, so I'm not sure what I might change it. I know it's like short notice. Dude, they're so. Just the commitment to not making sense is just so crazy to me. I think you're fine. Let's see who else is live right now. Maybe we got some interesting options. It's a big house with lots and lots of room. Oops, not made for kids, bruh. Oops. Sorry, guys. I know this is riveting for you. Just give me 1 second. And then we can collectively choose who to redirect to at the end. So you have to start wrapping it. And then we'll maybe talk for just chat for a bit. Yeah, I was going to redirect to this, but that's not starting for a while. I could do like a... What do you think, guys? I don't know. I'm not like really loving the options. You got Destiny, Lolcow Nerd, dude. That would be like kind of a funny. I guess right now that's winning in my opinion. I'd rather do the funny raid. I don't want to raid Vosh. It's not fucking 2020, okay? Does Eva have a block? No, she doesn't. No. They literally just lie about me and Ava constantly because we make videos that are critical of them. It's true. I'm very open about like my drug issues, but I've never been a prostitute or fucked for money or drugs or anything like that. I did like OnlyFans and solo content. I did a couple streams with my ex-boyfriends that I don't even think exist online, but they completely just misrepresent me and Ava both and say we're just like evil whores. It's not even believable anymore. It's just like, I don't know. No, because they'll mix in, there's like elements of truth. Like you could say I'm whore-ish. You know, it's pretty whorish to like do OnlyFans, but I think it's different than he says I was a street prostitute. Meanwhile, I've lived at the same location for 6 years and I was employed for the entirety of my relapse. My employment issues came after that because I'm crazy. Get it right. Get it together. But yeah, they signed on and they didn't get.
But it's hard to figure out how to do that.
Give them any kind of supply, so they had to sign off in shame. That's basically what happened.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Then I don't want to do that.
When Ruby came on,
I guess I could do John Galt, but anytime I do that, they
but
just
then when
don't
she
even
gets into her like
acknowledge
studies,
it.
Excuse me.
So
Fish tank. Oh, Jeff.
Like
let's do Jeff.
Or OPC or something.
Boom,
Yeah,
perfect.
Yeah.
I like.
And
Jeff.
oh my god, so how many iterations of like it's not my
Jeff,
channel, it's someone else's channel.
Thank you
They're
for
in charge
letting
of
me
it.
know that, gamer.
Right.
You know, and people are just whatever. I don't think people want to be like I just don't think very many people can hang with me debate wise because I'm rhetorically and intellectually vastly superior to most people. Sorry, it's true. And most people on the internet are there for validation, not to necessarily like maybe up their game or encounter someone who's really good at this. You know what I mean? It's like a bunch of tennis players, all who only will play against people that they can beat. It's like, you know
no,
what I mean?
you just have burned every bridge and treated
So it's
everyone
like a really
terribly.
good tennis player comes in.
Now no one wants to play with you. Sorry.
Even
That's how
though
it
the
goes.
best thing for a tennis player is to play someone who's better than you.
Right. We did get a $2 Venmo, not for TTS. Happy Tuesday, gooning for the snow bunny again.
This is
Do you
probably
all
why they
watch
stand
breaking
up.
banquet videos? Thank you, M. Yeah,
We've
we
watched them
watch them
somewhat.
sometimes. Yeah, pretty well done, pretty well edited. I
Yeah.
have to say.
Say my name.
Breaking banquet.
Aw.
You're goddamn right.
That's it. All right, Grace.
Mark Fusion is settling details on the Abyssinia restaurant interview.
Okay.
What if you wanted to do it tonight? Would you do that for Kings?
Sure. If I'm awake.
Let me just
we're real
link Ava's
crackheads
stream later so you guys can put your notifications on. I'm probably gonna call into it after work if it's still going.
What do you get, like,
Oh,
4
and
hours
then
sleep a
also
night?
Becky Boop.
Something like that.
We have Queens at 8. That's their time slot now.
TTS is on.
Anyways, we just
Look at look at the top right video. That's funny. Woo! You got competition, baby. She's got competition. Another BPD bitch. All right, I really do have to get going to work. I'm going to send you to Jaffe's stream, but I want to link Ava's stream for the people who are lazy and not able to find things. Or forget, or I don't know. I'm lazy too, so I gotta.
Don't let you too high.
All right. It's the Zay situation and lol cow nerds. Because, yeah, that shit's pretty crazy. It's going to be starting at around 7:15. So, yeah, I'll probably be around to call into this at minimum. I'll be in the chat for sure. Sometimes after work, because at work I'm like, yeah, it's back normal, customer service. Sometimes after, I just don't want to be like social. Like, I just want to like be like I want to just, you know. Here's the link to Ava's stream later. And yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in. And I will see you probably tomorrow, or even actually, I will see you later tonight at Ava's stream. But we're going to Jeff's now, so tell him what's up. And yeah, I would love to collaborate with Jeff on something. So, but I don't want to. I don't know who's still trying to stay in Keem's good graces, and I'm like radioactive. For why? I don't know. I just don't know.